Welcome back to the BVTV Gaming channel, where today we are doing the FIFA World Cup tournament in EAFC 26. Our group stage is actually going to be kicked off with, if I'm not mistaken, Mexico and Sweden here in Group A. We're going to be doing Group A through F, but I'm kind of going to let you know how things are going to go in this tournament. In Group A, it is Mexico, Sweden, Ghana, and Iraq. In Group B, it is Uruguay, Switzerland, Tunisia, and I'm probably going to butcher that name, by the way, Tunisia and Northern Ireland. In Group C, it's Colombia, Austria, Finland, Qatar. In Group D, Portugal, Canada, Romania, and Haiti. Mind you, folks, 60 teams in this tournament, by the way, 60 teams. In Group E, it's Morocco, Japan, Czech Republic, and South Africa. If I forgot Group D, it's Portugal, Canada, Romania, and Haiti. In Group F, the United States, Wales, Jordan, and Curacao. In Group G, it is Senegal, Norway, Algeria, and Indonesia. In Group H, Denmark, Paraguay, Uzbekistan, Bosnia, and Herzegovina. If I butcher these countries, I apologize. In Group I, it's Croatia, Ecuador, Saudi Arabia, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. In Group J, it's Poland, Egypt, Cabo Verde, and Iceland. Group K is going to be Korea Republic, Scotland, the Republic of Ireland, and New Zealand. And then in a special 2 groups of death, that is going to be Brazil, Argentina, Germany, Italy, France, England, Spain, and the Netherlands. Those 8 teams, out of those 8 teams, unlike the other groups, 5 of the 8 will advance, and it'll be 2 of 4 from the future ones. So, with that being said, we also have Group M, which is going to be the Cupcakes group. I kind of like the group of death for them. Again, 8 teams: Australia, Belgium, Hungary, Iran, Panama, Turkey, Ukraine, and Ivory Coast are all going to go out at top 5, and that one will advance. So with that being said, now that we understand the groups, let's get to the games. Mexico, Sweden, they kick it off for us tonight. Here we go. And the hosting country, I know like right now it's America for, actually let me fix, whoops, what did I just do? What did I just do? What happened? What is going on with my game? We're having technical difficulties that quickly? That's crazy. I just had this set up. That's so upsetting. Either way, Mexico, Sweden kick it off for us, and then that's going to be Group A's kickoff. As for everyone else, it's going to be kind of interesting. Wow, you playing FC? I am. Yes, Liam, I am. That's India, not where I wanted. I actually got this on my Xbox, so I have to stream it in a very awkward way. Let's put it that way. I just had it at the Chelsea Stadium. England's going to host the entire World Cup. So, congrats to England on that. Last time it was France. It was Mexico, actually. Then France. Cool. I don't care. I'm trying to think. What else did we... Oh, we can skip all of that. France, England. No, it wasn't England. It was... Wait, I think England did host it before. Wait, why am I playing? I'm not trying to play. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait the minute. Select sides. I didn't pick a side here, damn it. Yeah. There you go. Sorry about that, folks. I've been playing University, but I'm loving it. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear. So I'm really excited just to kind of see. I wonder why there's no commentary, because I'm not hearing them. I guess it's not really going to matter too much. The goal for us here is to go through all 60 teams and try to actually finish our World Cup before anyone else is Mexico. Oh, never mind. Well, for a split second, they already were on the attack from the first 4 minutes of the match. Again, the group stage, as we've seen before, is vital to get as many points as you can. You don't really want to leave anything up to a draw. You certainly don't want to lose. It's going to be very interesting how that's going to work. With Mexico, their last time we've seen them, quarterfinals. What was that? That was an awful, I mean awful, shot on goal. Who do you want to win the World Cup? You know, I I don't have a winner. I always go for the teams that are always going to lose. So like the underdogs. If I had to pick a team, I guess because I'm also German, I guess I'd have to say Germany. I think that's like the best answer I actually could give. Yeah, I think that's the best answer I could actually give. Other than that, we have two groups of death, by the way, folks. Two groups of 8. And so in that group of 8, unlike the groups of 4, the top 2 teams will advance in the groups of 4. The top 5 will advance in the group of 8 to make sure we have a round of 32. Knockout stage, essentially, because we got 60 teams. You're German. Wow. Yes, yeah, I am. A lot of people don't realize I am Puerto Rican and German. And American because I was born here, but, you know. Yeah. However, Mexico has not had the greatest run of luck, I will say, in the World Cup. Our past World Cup champions, as we know. It's first start off with the Netherlands in a 4-3 upset in France when they hosted our first World Cup. A shocking loss there. Let's not forget the entertaining game between Spain and England that took place in the finals the year after, where Spain defeated England 1-0. And then Uruguay and somehow Wales made it to the finals in 2021 for us, and Uruguay beat them 2-0. 2-0? 2-1? I want to say 2-0. I believe Wales got destroyed in that game. So, just some stuff there to think about. As we go on here, look at this. Here goes Quinones. Good now to he's wide open. He is wide open. That's a goal. Well, that is in the first 17 minutes of the match. We have a goal. Mexico now leads 1-0 against Sweden. That was a horrendous job by the defender. Can I see the replay to figure? Okay, they're not going to show the full-on replay. I was hoping for a wide angle to see what went wrong there. I looked away for 5 seconds, seen a defender just fall on the floor, and no one was there. That was a massive defensive flaw in the side of Sweden. I'm not sure what they were thinking. It's disappointing as I'm Welsh. Well, I mean, you know, but they made it farther in that World Cup than they should. Oh, my God. Oh, off the crossbar. Mexico almost doubled up in literally less than 2 minutes after scoring their first goal. They're destroying. Holy moly. Sweden is looking lost out here. Now, this is where they've got to try to get it together, slow down the pacing. They're playing Mexico's style right now, and the pacing is just too much for them. Well, maybe not. There's a break. Pass it. No, he should have passed it. He had a guy wide open. That was a guaranteed goal. Big mistake by Johansson. I do remember Sweden has quite the wild names. Nice header, but nowhere to go. I'm really confused on what happened to the commentary. I think like my commentary, like, they glitched out, I think. I'm not sure. Also, if you are new, please do hit the follow button, hit the like. We're going to be bringing back UFC to the TikTok page. I have UFC 6. I'm still creating some fighters for the 16-person tournaments. As you know, we have like 11 championships, which is a lot to have to go through. So just keep that in mind, y'all. Santos won the U.S. title and has held it for 52 days. That's good. See, Santos is a pretty solid wrestler, though. That should definitely be out of bounds because there was no way that ball was not out of there. A great shot and a goal! Was that Johansson too? The man who messed up the first shot, the first shot on target, instead of passing it, finally connects where it's 1 apiece. And in the first 28 minutes, we've already got 2 goals on the board to open up the World Cup. Again, it'll be hosted in England for us this year. That's actually some really great determination, all for naught for Mexico. Next up, folks, it will be Ghana and Iraq in the second match of Group A. I played as him and won it off the wait a minute. Oh, great save. It's one that's now without, Ochoa being their goalkeeper. I wonder if Mexico's really got a better shot this time out. I played as him and I won it off Chad Gable with an Avalanche Phantom driver. I didn't know they even had an Avalanche Phantom driver in the game. That's crazy. Great header. Oh, actually, that was stopped. Great defense. And we're just going to be volleying the ball all over the place. All for naught. This is actually really great for Sweden. They could try. It's very clunky, and this is what I'm seeing from both teams. Defensively, it's a mess. It is a genuine mess right now. Oh, and they're falling all over the place. But this is a great spot for Quinones. Quinones should try to... I actually think that actually got blocked off the defender. I think Mex got very lucky on the rebound. There goes Gallardo. Now to Quinones. Quinones needs to do something. And they're getting saved that these balls are bouncing back to him. Great defense from Karlstrom. Saving what potentially could have been a shot on goal. Nice, nice. Okay, what is Alonga going to do with it? Pushing it up the pitch. And a header. And wait. Oh. Yeah, that was... I don't know if he just had a bad direction, if that was intentional. That was a very awkward pass, as we had seen. And by the way, folks, I'm not sure if you can tell, but when I do look at my chat screen, I have to look on the right-hand side because I had to move my TV and my Xbox over here, and my PC is, like, over there. Very awkward setup right now. Here goes Lira. Lira now to Jimenez. Jimenez has got a potential... No, he does not. What offsides? Well, Mexico's getting caught with a lot of offsides today. Well, so was Sweden. Goal kick. Oh, wow. You couldn't ask for anything better, but now, again, the blockade is now in. How are they going to try to break this? They're not. They're just going to go kick it. All right. There was no finesse to that whatsoever, by the way. That was just... And again, right back to Mexico. They've got to be loving how much time they've had with possession. He breaks to the defender. Great save from the goalkeeper. Norfeld, I'm sure I'm going to be butchering a lot of different people's names in this tournament. It's customary for me throughout every year we've done this. Here goes Fidalgo. Fidalgo now to Monza. They're going backward, and we are actually going to go on to the second half. We're tied one apiece in what's been a very back-and-forth game. Very aggressive teams here, which is rather shocking for Sweden. Now, if I remember correctly, the last time that I remember us watching Sweden, they were very much so a defensive-heavy team, and it's rather the opposite this year. Do you support a team? Yeah, I'm actually a massive Chelsea fan. I have like 2 scarves from them and like 3 jerseys. I may have an unhealthy fandom with them. Look at this great shot. It's a goal to break the freaking draw in the first 2 minutes of the game. Fidalgo, 2 shots, 1 goal final. Oh, he's loving it. As you should, sir, as you should. A massive goal. They take back the lead 2-1, but there's plenty of time left for Sweden to come up with an answer. Just like that, they take the lead. Well, they take the lead again, actually. I'm a Liverpool. Oh, man. I mean, I understand because Liverpool, I believe, actually resides in that territory in Wales, which is fair. I have respect for Liverpool, but I don't like Liverpool. But I don't like them as much as I hate Manchester United and Man City. Those 2 teams I can't stand. Arsenal, I also can't stand, but that's just because that's my team's rival. My whole family supported, so that's fair. That's fair. I mean, look at this. Look at this Svensson goal! The answer back. We're once again at a lock at 2-2. And again, this is a whole new Sweden team. I guess that's what happens when you take 5 years off of doing this tournament. This is insane to me, just the change of how they've played from 2021 to now. I'm very much so surprised. Again, how does Mexico... I mean, oh, that was actually great. He poked it right out from behind him. Well done. And that was a throw-in for Mexico, yeah. Let's see what Quinones going to do with it. He passes it to Lira. Lira, he's going to go to Gutierrez. Gutierrez has got space. He needs to go for it. He's playing too much. He had a great window of opportunity and did not go for the shot. Also, if I ever do miss a comment from anyone, please just resubmit it in there. I'm disappointed. How come? Wait, look at this Vasquez. Oh, great. Oh, actually, never mind. They're at the wrong side. Okay, we're going backwards, Sweden. That's not where you want to go. You want to go forward. There you go. You know, I'm loving the volleys, but it hasn't really worked for Sweden. I think that's something that the coach needs to really address. I thought they were going to address that in the first half. At the end of the first half, it's actually done more harm than good for them. Here goes Fidalgo. He gets stopped immediately. Great defense. Here goes Fenson. And both teams have substitutions they want to make. You may want to call that. Yeah. That's not it. Well, I mean, who am I to tell the official what's yellow and what's not? Let's take a look at this one more time. Oh yeah, that's definitely, never mind. Because Creed Brothers held their Raw tag titles for 1,300 days, and I played as Brodus and Montez pinned me. That's wild. Montez Ford and Bianca Belair became Money in the Bank for me at my pay-per-view. Here goes Mora. Mora, what's he looking for? He's looking for an opening. He's got some space. He's got to be careful. Oh, Fidal. Wow. Well, referee kind of just shoved them out the way. But I guess in a game like this, you got to do what you got to do. Johansson is treading. He's tread very carefully. I'm not even going to say number 2's name. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Elonga now to Bergvall. Bergvall, what's he thinking? To Elonga. Elonga, that's not the greatest positioning. Goalkeeper got a foot on it. We're going to a corner, and there are substitutions being made. There goes Chavez coming in for Lira. The corner is being the great defense. And then it's Isak coming in for Gayokers. What are the enunciations on some of these names? It was Jimenez, but Jimenez is kind of everyone's kind of behind him. Wait a minute, Quinones, they need to be careful. They're passing in tight spaces. Sweden's trying to tighten up right here in their defensive third of the pitch. They're doing a great job at that. But now Mexico once again with possession, and what was he thinking? That was horrendous. The defense, Chavez. Oh, that was a bad pass. Oh, here goes Elonga. Elonga once again, but he needs the guy right on the wing to come forward. And it's not the greatest. Great shot, and an even better save from the goalkeeper. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anyone's comments. Like I said, I'm trying to check it as much as I can. Again, corner here for Sweden. Will we potentially be going to a draw relatively soon? Great header, great defense. The defender saved that from going in. And I think that just bounced off his face. That man's got a face of steel. I brought it out to Chavez. Chavez needs to think critically here. Fidalgo. Oh, look at that. 113 passes, 90% accuracy for Mexico. 89 passes from Sweden, 87% accuracy from them. Very high-level passing, as we're seeing here. Uh-oh. Wow, there he just walked right by him. The shot, oh, so close, but not close enough. And goal kick now for Mexico. Nice boot. And again, I'm loving the defense. They've tightened it up really well, especially after they gave up that second goal. They started to realize that they needed to do more than just offense, and it's been paying dividends for them. Great move by freaking... Wait, here goes Bergvall. Oh, it's a goal! Sweden takes the lead, 3-2. From having to constantly come back to break even, to then finally moving forward, and I believe the 83rd minute of the match. Bergvall, one shot, one goal. Sometimes that's all you need. We got a 3-2 game, but there's still 8 minutes left plus added time. Anything can happen. Jesus, thank you for following the live, man. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. As I mentioned, folks, Ghana and Iraq will be up next. Oh, great cross. Is anyone going to be there? Oh, what a goal! And a beautiful freaking cross and the header to follow it up. 3-3. Chavez saving Mexico from an embarrassing defeat potentially so far. Both of these teams refuse to go down without a fight. 6 goals combined have been scored in the opening match of our World Cup. Here goes Bergvall taking the shot, but it was an easy one to catch. Rangel, I would say that the goalkeepers have done well, but it's not really the case. FC stream I actually enjoy. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Are we going for a oh no. Oh, okay, I guess there was a foul on the play, but this is a massive rocket and nowhere to be found. Mexico, if they want to, again, I've said this before, you never want to settle for 1 point. We've seen it haunt teams in the past 3 World Cups we've done. You want to go for broke here. Going for the header, but it's, no, that was horrendously done. And it's going to be a goal kick for Sweden. All right, and this is where, wow, that was actually amazing. That right there was determination. And Mexico with one final chance. Oh, they had one final chance. And now if you're Sweden, you've got to put pedal to the metal. You don't have time to waste. And then opportunity potentially. Oh, no. And Mexico avoiding disaster potentially. And it looks to me that we are going... They've got to move it forward. You cannot stop. Otherwise, that clock is going to stop. No one's there. Number 16. Wow. What a shot. Great save. But now we have a corner. This could determine 3 points are won. The cross is coming in. The header. Great. Ooh. And that is it. 3-3 in dramatic fashion. Do we kick off the tournament with a draw? What a game between Mexico and Sweden, going all out here tonight in what was an epic game to kick off the World Cup tournament. Again, for those, if I did miss any chats, please just repost them. I do apologize if I miss them. A 3-3 draw. What a game. What a freaking game between those two. Would you like to enable quick match? We'll remember your last kickoff teams. Sure. Actually, that's fine. I'd actually prefer that. It makes my life a lot easier. Again, Ghana and Iraq is up next. Cast your votes. I think, if anything, we've already learned that this is going to be an unpredictable World Cup, to say the least. Especially since this is the first time we have all these teams being featured at once. Oh, you guys have to definitely use the away jerseys. I'm sorry. And then select sides. I don't know why it tries to put me on a team when I'm always neutral. I thought we learned this. All right. It says Stadio Classico, but no, we're going to move. I like to try to shuffle the stadiums if I can. So, where is... Cool, we'll go with this. I love the Stadium of Light. We'll go there. I'm actually not sure if that's in England, but we're going to go for it anyway. So, folks, this is the time. Cast your votes. Who do you think is walking away victorious in this one? Where is the commentary? Where are they? I actually kind of liked the commentary team in this game. They're actually relatively good. Are they just not talking? I guess my comment, maybe it's just my game. I don't know. Well, the commentary team doesn't want to talk, so I can't really make them talk. So to those just come in, welcome, welcome. We've got Ghana and Iraq in this one after following the Mexico-Sweden game. That was bizarre. I mean, absolutely bizarre. What a way to kick it off. Also, let me do a little bit of quick work here. So, by the way, Ghana in the white, Iraq in the blue. Ghana already on the offensive shot on goal, but nothing to do. Oh, Mark, thank you for liking the live, man. I do appreciate it. So I've got to be like very sensitive when I... Look at this, Iraq pushing it up. They've got him. Come on, pass it, damn it. Oh, the shot. Oh, good save. But almost imminent disaster. He needs to fix those butterfingers. Let's see. Here goes Ghana again. This is Sulemana. He's pushed up in the corner, maybe thinking across, trying to set it up, but I think 12 is going to beat him there. Yeah, yes, it is. Oh, they've got to be very careful. They cannot afford to be sloppy at a time like this. Again, this ball, I think, has spent more time in the air than it has on the ground so far. Goes Sulemana now passing to Owusu. Owusu's got a chance potentially to do something with it. Great pass. Oh, just so close. The idea was perfect. The execution, not so much. That initial bounce, if it had literally, I think it came down to a bounce, but the head. Oh, I thought great catch, great save from Rafidani. Rafidani, I believe that's how you say that name. Goes Habani. Habani now. It's a out. Ooh, no, it's a Bayrani. Oh, just Wari. What a name. What a last name. Here goes Al Babawani, and look at this Al Furtani. Oh. Goalkeeper, I think, just got a millisecond of his a millipoint of his finger on that ball that just narrowly stopped that from going in. But again, Al Maisani thinking he could do it himself. Well, that didn't really work out the way he thought it would. Semenyo now trying to push it up with Ayu. They need to be very careful. They're about to get pushed back in the corner, but Mensah, that was a great escape. Owusu now, what's he thinking to Partey? Semenyo, Owusu again. Williams, that got stopped. Oh, if you ever see me looking away, it's just because I am also putting in the numbers. Habani, pass it. Oh, no, wait, with the rebounds. Great stop, because I think number 9 or whoever it was there just sat there and he froze like a statue. And Iraq benefiting off the bounce from the sidebar to kick it in. Great job from Maslawi to be at the right place at the right time. Iraq takes the lead 1-0. Well, we've broken open the stalemate here in the 20th minute. Ghana now on the receiving end. They've got plenty of time to come back with an answer. However, it's better to do so sooner than later. Goes Ayu. And one thing I've realized with Ghana, it's an interesting way that they're playing. They're trying to attack with... Oh, he punched the hell out of that. They're trying to attack with these long-distance volleys, and it's well, yes, it's working. I question the effectiveness of the strategy. Goes Sulemana, but again, there's no way he's getting out of this blockade. Williams, they're passing back to Ayu. Ayu to Sulemana, but again, she's turning around and trying to kick. It's not... I understand the urgency, but the idea is perfect, but the execution, again, is not. And they've got to try to slow it down a bit. I think they're going too fast for their own speed. Here goes Williams. Well, again, a lot of head scratching for me. Here goes Habani now. They've got it. Well, I'm not sure why he went backward. I would have kept going with it, but who might have questioned? Here's the man with already 1 goal. But no, it's getting sought. Great catch by Asari. Urenki now to Mensah. The cornerbacks and center backs are having fun with it. And their own defensive third, which they need to really reconsider that idea. Oh, okay, Iraq does come out with it. Here goes Bayrani's got to be careful. That's not an offside? I don't know. I thought that was an infraction. Hey, what can you do? Off the head. That was, again, great defense. Well, actually, great offense for the moment. But again, what does Ghana do? Again, they haven't... I'm just not sure. It's like I'm trying to find the identity of this team, and it's very hard to do. Okay, Williams up, and again, it just gets stopped. Well, that was a great attempt. I respect the hustle. So Owusu now. This is where they can actually start moving some things along. And Iraq stops it. I've got to give credit where credit's due. Iraq has done a good job defensively, really making it hard for Ghana to do anything. Wow, he's wide open. The shot, and it's a goal. 2-0 Iraq over Ghana. Well, Al Furtani now with his own goal. This is not the ideal start that Ghana wanted to be down 2-0 in the first 38 minutes of the game. How are they going to respond? And you want to go into the second half at least only being down 1. You want to try to find an answer and find an answer fast. Rankly, it goes Williams, now Party. To Williams again, he's got a man right there. He's got IU. That's a penalty if I've ever seen one. They've got a penalty. This is a golden opportunity for Ghana. There, IU, the man, taking the kick. Where is he going to go? Will he go left? Will he go right? Will he go center? Wow. Wow. That's heartbreaking. It sailed way past the crossbar. 100 moments? 100. Liam, what is that? Is that a teddy bear? Oh, 100 minutes. I was like, what even is that? The way that my brain did not register what that was, I had to like zoom in. I was like, what is this? Again, if you're Iraq, you've got to be going into this right now with the utmost like confidence. You are dominating offensively and defensively. Ghana has just not had an answer. Ghana right now is shaken up, and that was clear. If that penalty kick was any indication that there's trouble in paradise, that was it right there. It was IU. Ghana, though, maybe desperate. I would have went for the pass. It just... we can see the formulation of the plays they're setting up, and they're just falling so flat. Where was that? Well, it's not if they can try to push this one up quite out yet. No. A really rough first half for Ghana, but if you're Iraq, on the other hand, what a fantastic start to the game. The first 45 minutes, complete domination in both fronts. If I'm Iraq, I'm going into the second half with the utmost confidence. Keep what you're doing. It's working. Be defensively aggressive. You've got Ghana psychologically ruffled right now, and it's showing. That missed penalty gave us all the indication we needed that they don't know what's going on. Again, and now for Ghana, the question is, what was the talk like going into that second half? But here goes IU. IU is wide open, and he misses again. Again. At some point, and they sub him out. You have to sub him out. You have to. He has been killing this team offensively. Again, for Ghana, yet another psychological crushing blow. What a golden opportunity it was, and it amounted to nothing. Go for the pass. Go for the pass. He was wide open. What are you doing? It's just like there's no team ball happening here. I don't understand what is going on the mind of... what is the strategy? If it's self-sabotage, you're doing a great job at it. Goes Sulemana to Urenki now to Fatwu. I'm not going to try to enunciate that. I think I've butchered enough. We're only in like the second match. Oh. That has been the story of this for Ghana. Everywhere but where it needs to be. And if you're Iraq, they're taking advantage of it. I've got to give, again, credit where credit's due. Well done. There you go, Al-Masani trying to make sure. Wait, great defense by Mensah to intercept. But I think there was some passing miscommunication going on. Sulemana now to Williams. Williams is kind of all alone. Now to Partey. Partey to Fatawu. That's what I'm talking about. That is finally the execution. They're on the same page. A goal for Ghana here tonight. 1-2. Can they make the comeback? Time is ticking. They need to do so and do so fast. A much-needed goal to damn near resurrect this team in this match. That is what Ghana needed. And they needed it desperately. Sorry, I'm also still trying to do the stats and stuff for the last game. I don't know if that was the plan, but it worked. As unorthodox as it was. Here goes Williams now trying to set up number 7. Or no, Party the shot. Oh, so great save from Rafadani though. But if they can get more looks like that, that is the key to tying this match up. And there are some substitutions being requested by Ghana. The cross comes in, number 11. I think he was held. That was not. I have a big question on that one. Oh, Egypt, Iraq now making some substitutions. But look at this, Malslawi. That was actually really great, but unfortunately for him, wait, no! Look at the hustle here by Al-Maisani going for the shot. It's going to bounce off Semenyo. Substitution by both sides. Sulemana coming out. Nama coming in. I believe that's how you say that. Again, I apologize in advance. We're getting Ghana's getting a bit physical right now. If that's what it takes, that was a bit of a hard stopper. I didn't know if he actually blocked that or not. I thought it went through the legs. Aggressiveness is being turned up to 1,000 by Ghana. They've got to be very careful not to be overtly aggressive. And great interception there. And now what do you do is Williams is all alone. Nemanja now who was in, they're going to have to rely on him. Brilliantly done. And look at that. I believe that's number 7. Yeah, that is. But Party, the shot, a long distance shot, all to no avail. Another substitution wanted to be made by Iraq. Wow, Habani is wide open. There's the great wide open Habani. It's a goal. 3-1, Iraq furthers their lead. And I believe the fat lady is singing as far as Ghana's hopes of winning this game. Unless they can strike fast. I truly don't know. Just Williams now moving up the field, looking for Party there. Back to Williams. Williams got to be very careful. I don't think he's going to be able to get that to his partner. But if the idea was going for a corner, well done. Al Babalawi coming out for Al Bujari. Yes. Oh wow, great! Hey, listen, they're keeping possession. That's what they need to do. Well. That was very short-lived. There's Maslawi again. Push up the field. 154 passes, 94% accuracy. Habani, the shot. Ho-ho. Ooh, that would have been disastrous. That would have been... Yikes. Yarenki coming out. Baba coming in. By the way, folks, our next match will be in Group B. Group B features Uruguay, Switzerland, Tunisia, one of the two, and Northern Ireland. That's going to be Group B. And the shot, great save. And as for that next game, officially, it will be Uruguay and Switzerland. Quite the game there. Again, corner coming in here for Ghana. Ghana at this point is all but a whimper for them. I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, we've seen the many just questionable decisions from this team. What is he doing? He's going to walk out of bounds. How did he? What? That I'm impressed with. But again, all for naught right now. And did I miss anyone's comments? I'm trying to look here to see if I missed anybody. I don't think anyone else had anything. A great save. Again, here goes. At some point, you kind of feel bad for Ghana. I mean, everything has gone wrong today for this team. But again, for Iraq, I mean, everything's gone perfect. You couldn't write up a better play, to have today. Everything went well. Wait a minute. Fatawu. Oh. Again, this goalkeeper's on fire right now. Where in the world? Again, poor execution yet again. Emmett Fatsu Wu, this time to Partey! There is a goal. We've only got added time left. Is there a chance that Ghana can walk away with a draw? It is 3-2, and just when I was about to count them out, Partey with a massive goal. He's had 6 shots and only 1 goal. Goodness Lord. Now, not only do they have to play defense and quickly intercept whatever Iraq's got planned, Iraq now has got to go on the defensive, even offensive. They got to be very conservative here with, that just stop it again. If you're Ghana, you cannot afford to go backward. The only way forward, the only way to the next spot is forward. Oh, gets stopped. Immaculate defending, and that is all it's going to be. Iraq takes the victory here, 3-2 in convincing fashion. Just when you thought Ghana was up, but I think there's a lot that Ghana can take away from this match. I mean, obviously, it's not ideal what they wanted, However, it was still a 3-2 win. They didn't quit. Even at the end, they made it competitive. I think for them, they know what to do later on, and that's the most important thing. Next up, folks, Uruguay and Switzerland. We're going to Group B. I love how I specifically had it, set up a certain way. Oh, perfect. Oh, and they're very evenly matched, actually. I'm looking at this right now. It's going to be even better. Just to make sure they have me in the middle. I don't know why they always want me to be a player. They keep trying to change the darn stadium, and I just wish they would stop changing the stadium. Where are we? Crown Lane, Craven Cottage, Coventry. Coventry, there you go. That sounds like it's Coventry City. Duh. I know my stadiums. Alrighty, folks. Again, Uruguay, Switzerland. And for Uruguay, they are technically our defending World Cup champions from 2021. It's been 5 years since they've had to, since they won it. But they were our last champions. So I've got to think that they are a favorite. Whether you want to call their story a Cinderella story from last year, same thing with Wales when they made it to the finals. But again, they're the World Cup champions. They have to be the favorites. And look at this picking up right where they left off when they won the World Cup. But great save by Vargas. I just realized I had to re-look at where the logos were, and I was like, wait a minute. To them, it's like, that doesn't sound like a Uruguayan name, last name at all. And it's raining. Corner here for Uruguay. By the way, if you don't know, Uruguay in the blue, Switzerland in the white and green, specks. With bad weather upon us, this will be quite the game. I'm also realizing that their jerseys somewhat blend in. I wish I would have kept the red. Well, disaster avoided. Great awareness from their goalkeeper to avoid potentially an easy goal given to him. Now it's Switzerland on the attack. Here goes... Oh, that's Vargas. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait, he's pushing up. Roche had that one figured out. He wasn't even worried about it. And now goes Rodriguez. Rodriguez now to Ugarte. What a last name. But again, Rodriguez pushing up by his lonesome to Nunes. Great shot, but an even better save once again by the goalkeeper, number 1. Cast your votes here. Who do you got? Here's Ugarte now. Again, Uruguay still on the offensive. Almost lost possession, but going out of bounds. An easy save for the goalkeeper. But can Switzerland do something more than just a miracle push? Is that going to? Wait a minute. Embolo. Brill Embolo. The shot gets blocked, but however... what name? Redder saving it. I thought I was going to get kicked in the face the way he was running towards that. Here goes Rodriguez again. Akanji trying to play some defense to no avail. Number 10, because I can't say that last name, because that is a hell of a last name. I'm impressed with how Uruguay has stayed so well on the offensive, and even defensively doing such a great job in the early opening minutes. And this is, again, what has made them a World Cup champion. Not to glaze them, but that's just the effectiveness of this team. There's Valverde. Valverde gets stopped. There's Vargas. Vargas to Xhaka. That's... I would let the referee blow it. The rider wide open. The shot. An amazing save by Varela. And the yellow card for Ugarte. Yeah, that sounds about right. And here's what the yellow card actually happened. This damn near sliding drop kick, if you will. Header coming in, going backward. I'm not sure if that was the intention. Xhaka, though, with the shot, but right to the goalkeeper's hands. Menace to Palestri. Palestri now to De Arrasqueta. To Valverde. Valverde. Oh, thinking ahead. The cross comes in. He's wide open. An amazing save by the goalkeeper. In corner here for Uruguay. Uruguay with another cross, but no avail on that one. Ndoye now pushing it up for Switzerland. It's Bril, Embolo, and Oliveira. And great defense to stop the attack. And it seems to me that Switzerland's going to have an over-reliance on Bril and Embolo. How I can understand why. That's not good, especially that Uruguay's probably already game planning for them. From the looks from what we've seen, how quickly they've defensively been able to adjust and stop Embolo, that's kind of what we're getting here. So they're going to have to figure out other ways to get Embolo involved. That was a horrendous kick, I'm not even going to lie. And yet another yellow card this time. It's for Widmer from Switzerland. So we got 2 yellow cards already in the span of less than 30 minutes. Well, right under 30 minutes, actually. And referee, I think, trying to call what happened now. I'm not really sure what the referee called it for. This referee has not been afraid to blow that whistle. Wait a minute, right there. Oh, goal! What a shot! From seemingly coming out of nowhere, Switzerland now takes the lead 1-0 in the 31st minute. Radir came like a bat out of hell and knocked it right past the goalkeeper. You can take a look. It was almost disguised for a little bit. A beautiful shot towards the right-hand corner of the net. And Switzerland now leads 1-0. I really should probably do the scoring for that last game. Here's Nunes. Nunes now trying to push it up. He's got to be very careful. Yeah, he went too far into that, really right next to the goalkeeper's box, and I'm not sure what he was expecting. Ndoye out to Embolo. Embolo again has been struggling to really get any breathing room, any space. Great defense again from Uruguay. De Arrasqueta is not... I'm really impressed with how they're not necessarily passing where they're at, but passing where they want them to be. Very impressive. Yeah, thank you for following the live. Thank you. Tyler, welcome. Yeah, the World Cup is back. You've actually seen, what, 3 World Cups? Yeah, I think you've been here for all 3, which is crazy to think about. The defending champs, Uruguay, right now trailing. I didn't think I'd be saying that in the opening game for them. By the way, folks, UFC 6, I have it. I will finish creating all 50 fighters tonight, and I will be streaming that and the World Cup almost simultaneously. That is going to be my goal moving forward. I'm taking a bit of a break from wrestling for this week, and probably for like the next week as well, just because, guys, in just the 3 months of we had for show, I've done almost 50 episodes. Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations to New York Knicks on winning the championship. I was so mad, and I'm from New York, and I shouldn't be mad that the Knicks won. I just don't like the Knicks. I've never have. I've respected the Nets more than I've liked the Knicks. But again, Uruguay right now getting off to an offensive whimper. They've had shots on goal. They've had shots to target at the goalkeeper. They've had great pressures. It's just something is not clicking right now for Uruguay. At least in this first half. Well, Switzerland, they've had a bit of a, I hate to say the word, but it's more like a kamikaze-style attack where it's been very fast-paced, and that's what's led them to their 1-0 lead. Why are you mad? Because I've never liked the Knicks. You can blame Carmelo Anthony as to why I don't like the Knicks. That right there. I will never like the Knicks. Again, Uruguay kicking off the second half. Honestly, I'm wondering what was the word said backstage. Like, thinking about it, for Uruguay, I don't think they really thought they'd be down, at least during the group stage. I think this team came in with a lot of confidence as World Cup champions, defending World Cup champions, and quite frankly, they thought they were going to steamroll over Switzerland. As we've learned, in the past few years, a lot of teams have changed. I mean, if it wasn't indicated by Sweden and Mexico, it was definitely indicated by Iraq and Ghana. The shot, again, amazing defense to stop what could have been a goal. And if you're Switzerland, I got to think, let's just keep it fast-paced. Let's keep them on their heels. When we have the ball, it's just non-stop. I remember watching them with Jeremy Lin. Jeremy, I hated Lin's sanity too. I remember that nonsense. I think it didn't help that I was raised in a Toronto Raptor household. And I was never a Raptor fan. I'm a Timberwolves fan, so that's years of disappointment. Either way, getting off topic. Back to the game. I drew a blank. Never mind. However, the team captain here, Granit Xhaka, I was expecting more of a role from him in midfield, and it actually hasn't been the case. He's been kind of coasting. And for Switzerland, you want to try to score another one. I have a feeling we're going to see a Uruguay goal before the 70th minute. I'm feeling it. And normally my gut's right with this stuff. We got number 9, the shot, and again, great save. Kabul has done a great job here tonight. I want to make that known. If Switzerland does go on to win, I've got to think he is going to be like the man of the match. He's got to be. In Uruguay now, Rodriguez. It's a few. Not that. That's the wrong. Oh, they switched. I was reading the wrong names. Here goes Olivier. Oh, he's got to be very careful, Rodriguez. That's going to go out of bounds, but it's going to be a throw-in for Uruguay. A massive mistake there from Switzerland. I would have not subbed out Raider at all. The guy who gave you the goal to take the lead, you sub out. I question that decision. I don't agree with that in the slightest detail. Look at this. Breel Embolo. And if I'm them, I would use Embolo in this like center forward position just to try to help alleviate that blockade. I mean, Uruguay is very focused on Embolo. Hell, the goal that Ryder scored was because Uruguay was laser focused on stopping Embolo from even touching the ball. It allowed that opening for him to just slide past 2 defenders almost to score the goal. But look at this. Oliveira. He's got to be very careful. Alrujo is there, but that was not placed well at all. Very questionable. Again, I understood the philosophy and the idea behind it, but the execution was not there. There goes Aru now thinking. There goes Varela. Varela getting stopped. Great defense. What are they thinking? There must have been some type of infraction somewhere. Oh, wow. Change of possession, too. Trying to make sure I took a break from 2K25. I don't blame you. 26 and I definitely do need a break for sure. Again, great defense. For this game to be 1-0, it's almost like baffling because we've had 2 high-scoring games. I mean, and the Egypt and Egypt. In the Iran and Ghana game, it was 5 goals. Mexico, Sweden had 6. Like when you think about it, like it's just nothing but just high numbers. And then we've got 1-0 in the most awkward like form possible. So I'm also doing the numbers for Group A because I completely forgot to during the first one. I just love that. Again, Uruguay in their own defensive. Can he? Why would he take the shot? Vargas, that was not a bright idea. Bill Vink for commentator of the year. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of other FIFA commentators who are way better than I am, to say the least. I have to give props where props are due because I genuinely think I'm one of the most meh FIFA commentators out there. So, by the way, folks, for Group A, I just want to go over the standings really quickly. Right after we kind of get to Uruguay's possession, we got a tie. Arrasqueta saving this match, at least salvaging it for now. Uruguay draws at 1-1. The blockade for them is over. We're back to the stalemate. They were searching for an answer for 83 minutes, and they finally found it. Also, what I should be doing is having the World Cup on in my background so I can at least make sure I can keep you guys updated with the current game that's happening. And, of course, they have an ad, because why wouldn't they? Either way, Iraq leads Group A after a match they won with 3 points. Mexico, Sweden tied at 1 apiece, and Ghana with none. So that is Group A, at least for right now. Again, if you're... Oh, I'm about to say, if you're Uruguay, time is kind of ticking out. Woof, I would have not. That was a critical error by Switzerland, who I think their confidence is starting to get rattled. And if you're Uruguay, this is the time to attack. You're going to have one final opportunity as time is running out. You don't want to draw. That's a throw-in. They need to hurry that up. Where is he thinking about throwing it? That was a risky throw-in. Uruguay starting to take some gambles. Uruguay, Araujo gets stopped, and now it's Sweden, but they need to hurry it up. Backward is not the way to go. If they keep going backward, that clock is going to run out. But wait a minute, look at this. Look at this. Here goes Uruguay. Darius gets the man who tied it up. Gonna go for the shot. Great save. And that one, we're going to call it a draw. 1 apiece in this one as Uruguay comes out to stop a heartbreaking loss. We go to a draw at 1 apiece. What a game between them to kick off Group B. By the way, folks, in real life, not my video game I'm streaming, France and Senegal are tied at 0-0 in the 40th minute. As there is an injury that I'm seeing there. Wowzers. What a match. Tunisia, Northern Ireland, they're up next, or Tunisia. I feel like saying Tunisia is probably how it's supposed to be said. Because I truly do not know the name of that team. All right, Tunisia, Northern Ireland. So I do want to give a big shout out to ChatGPT for organizing the tournament in a way that I didn't like rip out my hair. It cut the time of making the tournament a lot easier for me. It's great use of AI. Well, this is interesting. Try to find another European stadium. Old Trafford, there we go. I just love when it just pops up for you. Well, next up, folks, it is going to be Tunisia and Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland normally struggles to make it out of the group stage. I'm going to go on a limb and say that's probably going to be the case here. As our commentators who are here who don't want to speak for whatever reason. Also, where is my water? That's what I need. Quick water break. Sorry. Much needed water break. I was dying of, like, dehydration. And look at this. By the way, Tunisia in the white going for a shot. Got stopped, but Northern Ireland normally has a really great defensive team, at least when we've seen them. However, their offensive side has normally been very lackluster. I didn't think that was getting through. They needed a third man to be there, and couldn't. There was going to be an offside there. Oh, it actually got stopped on the deflection. Interesting. I thought it was a genuine just miss on the kick. They are fighting for it. I mean, you can't call that a penalty. There was no... I'm sorry, what? What? I disagree with that call, like, on so many levels. That was an unneeded call to strip them of possession. Wow. The Northern Ireland goalkeeper was so unbothered by that, offensive attack by Tunisia that he just stopped it with his foot and kept moving with it. If there's any more like, huh, that was cute, it was that moment. It was that moment right there. Here we go again. Tunisia trying to push it up, but they're getting stuck in this corner. There goes Abdi. Abdi now to Kedra. Or Kadira, sorry. Not Kedra. It's like Northern Ireland trying to mount a counterattack. And it looks like Galbraith sent that all the way to Deveni. Deveni now needs to be very careful. I think just bounced off that man's face. By the way, I did add handballs for those who were wondering. So if the ball does touch the hand, that is a penalty. For those who are wondering if I added that. Slimani now pushing it up with Jesus Lord. Is there anyone that's going to have a non-complicated name? Here goes Abdi. Abdi now to Shikri. Kadira. Kadira now pushing up to it's a Valerie. Valeri. I think. Out of the way. Charles now push up the field to Marshall. This is Northern Ireland's chance. He spun. He put him on a poster. He broke the ankles of that man. What's up, Hang Rai? How are you? Welcome. Hannibal now to Matsuri, but nothing there. Again, we're seeing a nice back and forth possession battle between these two teams. I will have to say though that in my opinion, Tunisia has been the more aggressive team as they feel. I feel like they've had more possession, more time with possession. Barge to Slimani again, great stop. This is that defensive front I was telling you about with Northern Ireland. That's exactly what we're seeing here. I should probably put the score in for that last one for those who want to see it. What's the interesting thing about this is that the favorites in Group B are obviously Uruguay and Switzerland. They just drew. So that kind of, if Northern Ireland, what a goal! Tunisia taking the lead 1-0. Hannibal with a massive freaking shot on goal. Take a look at this. Take a look one more time. Look at the distance. Look at the angle he actually hits this off of. To bounce right in the middle of the right-hand side. Well done. Excellent goal. Tunisia now leads 1-0. But I was saying, folks, that if Tunisia or Northern Ireland can win this game, that's 3 points right there. Let's say you draw with Mexico or Switzerland. And if you draw with both teams, that's 5 points right there. If Sweden has a bad game, or if Mexico has a bad game and draws with either Tunisia or Northern Ireland, whoever wins this one, if they do, you can make it to the round of 32. It's possible. So the goal, the idea here is this is a must-win for. I mean, obviously you only got 3 games, but it's critical. It's imperative to try to take that second spot and advance to the knockout stage that both of these teams have to win. It is very unlikely that either of these two teams are going to walk out beating both Switzerland and Mexico. A draw is realistic. This is must. Now for Northern Ireland on the defensiveness, the part where I say defensively, that's their strong suit. Offensively, they're a nightmare. It's bad. As evidenced by the guy running up the field wide open. The guy with the ball didn't even see him. There goes Hannibal, the man with 1 goal, but they couldn't get it to him. And if I'm Northern Ireland, there's going to be a bit of emphasis on that guy. He's got one hell of a foot. There's Marshall now to Spencer. Spencer to Devaney. Devaney to Galbraith. And that just gets stopped. And once again, Tunisia is on the offensive. If I had to give a guess what the possession split is right now, I'd have to say like 75 to 25. Here goes Hannibal trying to do something, but gets stopped by Devaney. Great defense. And Devin, what's he going to do with it? He's got to be very careful. Here goes Charles. There's some real potential here. Well, there was potential, and then that mistake happened. Northern Ireland cannot afford to stop in momentum like that because they just can't recover. Okay, Northern Ireland, a very physically defensive team, is showing here. Here goes Price. Price could really do something, maybe trying to set up for a cross. Or instead passing it back to Charles. Charles, though, he's got nowhere to go. He is stuck in a blockade. Price to Marshall. Marshall! Oh, so close, yet so far. Again, the idea, perfect. The execution, not so much. And goal kick here, and if I'm Tunisia, you hold that 1-0 lead to the second half. Or are they trying to waste clock, or what are they doing? Yeah, that made no sense to me what they were doing, but they get saved here as we go into the second half. Tunisia with the 1-0 lead. Northern Ireland still has plenty of opportunity, plenty of room to try to score and bring it back to a tie game. Again, Hannibal, that man right there you're seeing on the screen, the man who scored that 1 goal. It's funny to think, I still can't wrap my head around the fact we just came from 11 goals in one group, and then we came here 1, or I guess 2 now. What a difference! Ultimately, this is one of my favorite series to do, and I'm really grateful for it. That goalkeeper needs to be a little bit more proactive than that, because if he stops or lets go and doesn't guide that ball the right way, that's a goal. There's a penalty that thing just bounces into the net, and that would be his fault. Another corner coming in. Oh, he wasn't where he needed to be. Wow, that was right to the guy that they did not want to have the ball. But again, if you're Tunisia, once again, they have possession. I mean, I feel like I've been saying that. Wow, great freaking determination of sacrificing his body to try to just pass it to the next teammate. It was up to no avail. The question is, what were the game plans discussed going into the second half? I mean, obviously for Tunisia, keep doing what we're doing. Northern Ireland, it's showcasing they are struggling to handle not having possession, and just the way that Tunisia is determined to constantly attack the goalkeeper. It's been paying off. It may not look like it, but you got a 1-0 lead. I mean, look at the determination from Hannibal. The man refused to lose possession. That's been the name of the game. They refuse to lose possession. Wow. Corner. Meanwhile, for Northern Ireland, the idea should be defensively, I think they're doing fine. Yeah, they've given up one goal, but they've been pretty solid. Other than that, but the idea is we've got to tighten up offensively. I don't remember the last time they actually had an offensive possession that actually attacked the goalkeeper. It's been so long. So that alone is scary. And the idea of we've done nothing offensively, and they haven't. They've got to tighten it up. Move with fluidity, move with tempo, and move with pacing. Something they have not done at all. Tasakis, thank you for following me, man. I do appreciate it. Wait, the shot. Oh, great save from the goalkeeper. And now, I think for the first time in a long time, a corner for Northern Ireland. Corner comes in. Ah, just a bit, just over the crossbar. And Marshall getting subbed out. However, the person getting subbed in is going to be Reed. Yeah. I got to think that Uruguay and Switzerland are watching this match very closely. So now I did that. Let me actually update the group stage. Like, man, I feel like I'm forgetting the group stage. I'm like, well, yeah, I am. So just one moment, y'all. My apologies on that one. However, one of the things, too, I want to mention, my introduction to Tunisia was the 2018 World Cup. And I'm not sure if anyone remembers or anyone watched the game they had against England where, like, they lost all 3 goalkeepers and their backup, like, center back came in. Fernand Sassi was the guy's name. I wonder if he's still on the team or not. But the dude blocked, like, 17 shots from England before giving up, like, 3 straight goals. It was the most incredible performance I've ever seen before he gave up the 3 goals. And, like, they got hurt within, like, the first 30 minutes, the guy. So he was in there just taking a beating and held his own until, like, the 80th minute. And I was like, poor guy. But, yeah, that was my introduction to them. Fun little backstory. See, Tunisia. Said just went for. Oh. From that angle, it looked like it barely went over the crossbar. Like, that still had a chance to fluid. It almost did. Wow. It almost went back into play. If it had a little less elevation, that would have bounced off. I would say he's probably not going to be able to get that into anywhere. Oh, that one bounced off the crossbar. Wow. Or did it bounce off his hand? Actually, that's another question. Talbi with a huge freaking goal to push Tunisia up 2-0. I want to we got to see this again. Let's see what happened here. So he kicks it. No, it bounced off the crossbar and went in. Yeah, wow. Well done. Excellent. 2-0 Tunisia over Northern Ireland. And Northern Ireland right now, it looks like they are completely lost in the sauce. 85%. They say they had 85% possession. Has it been that bad? That's insane. 85% possession. I don't think we've ever had that before. I mean, that's a new record. Well, Northern Ireland, I mean, I want to say they I don't know. Everything has gone wrong. Truly, I mean, but that you can tell with the way they go on offense. It's so start-stop, and that's what's been killing them. There's no consistency in momentum when guys are pushing up to the offensive third of the pitch. There's none of that. There is no consistent play, and it's truly been costing them this game. There's Abdi trying to go for it again off the sidebar. Still in play. Great defense, though, to keep it out of Tunisia's hands. And they got it back. Never mind. We're about to have potentially 2 unlikely leaders coming out of the first 2 groups, with Iraq being the leader right now in Group A, and it could damn well be Tunisia with the way it's going. Wow. And it looks like Tunisia now is actually turning up the aggression, too. Here goes Northern Ireland again, struggling to actually make any offensive momentum. And it's been so sad to watch that they have just struggled this bad. I'm playing Fortnite Mobile. How is the Fortnite Mobile going? I forgot is that like on the Apple Store or something, Liam? Hannibal! Oh! That would have been a brace for him. Valerie coming out as well as number 11, number 12, 26, and I think it was 12 coming in. Tunetsky. Yeah, what a name. And Ben Owana is coming in. What are these names? And again, Northern Ireland trying to get something going. They don't have much time to try to score 2 goals to tie it, but I mean, at least a goal does something for confidence and morale, and an easy save for the goalkeeper. As we have now gone to added time, we got 3 minutes of added time for this one. And from what it looks like, Tunisia is gaining 3 points, which would make them the leaders in Group B after match day 1. Yeah, Northern Ireland, even if they score, there's no way they're... Yeah, I mean, they just missed. Oh, wait a minute. Corner. And that is that. Tunisia defeats Northern Ireland 2-0. They gain 3 points, a critical 3 points here tonight. And, folks, that means we're going to Group C, Colombia, Austria, Finland, and Qatar. That is going to be up next. And the game we're going to see is going to be Colombia and Austria kicking it off. That'd be the third group of 6 that we're doing. We're doing all the way to Group J, I think, or F, one of the two. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Sorry, Group G. I mean, heartbreaking for Northern Ireland to have to go down like that. But, I mean, at some point when you can't get anything going offensively, you put yourself in a bad spot. Yeah, off Apple Store. Well, that's good. Hopefully you're winning. You know, winning is always good. So at that point, Colombia, Austria. I wonder what Austria's rating is in this game. Very high. Wow. We're not going to Odromo. We'll keep it at Old Trafford for right now. I'm not too pressed about it. Well, again, a wild couple games right now that we witnessed. Truly bizarre. Colombia, Austria, and by the way, folks, just kind of recapping, I'm losing. Okay, well, that's not... Keep fighting. Fight like your life depends on it. That's right. Tell everyone, look at this, though. By the way, folks, Colombia in the yellow, Austria in the white. They kick off Group C for us. And it's so shocking to me that I get to sit here and say that out of all teams, Tunisia, however you want to say it, is leading Group B at the end of match time with 3 points, as Uruguay and Switzerland drew at 1 apiece, and Northern Ireland with none because they lost to Tunisia. It's so bizarre. I think Colombia, though, I got to think would be the favorites in this group to advance to the round of 32. And mind you, folks, we have those 2 groups of 8 where the top 5 teams advance to the knockout stage, and the bottom 3 get knocked out. And the reason for that is out of 60 teams, we need to balance it out somehow. So that's how I did. And one of them is the group of death for the really, really great teams. And the other one is the group death for the cupcakes, which are not the greatest. Look at this. Here goes Diaz. Diaz, if he turns around, he's got a guy. Yeah, just number 10 was in the waiting arms for that ball for a while, and they just never decided to pass it to him for whatever reason. So I'm just updating some things. Again, Austria, I gotta think they could actually make a run this year. After seeing Wales pull off the impossible, Everest, thanks for following, who's playing Colombia and Austria. But if you're asking who's playing in real life, the game right now is France and Senegal. They were tied going into the second half. So I have the actual World Cup on and like a side thing that I can also like peek in to see the score. Here goes Munoz. Munoz is, what was he thinking? I can't tell if that was kicked out by the defender by accident or if that was if this would be a corner for them. It is a corner, yeah. There's a lot more. Yeah, about to say, I don't know about that one. Good save, though. It would have been out of bounds anyway. Here goes Schmid for Austria. Wow. They are aggressively defensive. Here you go. I think, what was the name? Arnautovic? What a name. And again, Colombia stopping whatever Austria's got planned. Both of these teams, I would actually argue and say that they are evenly matched. I know that that wouldn't... some wouldn't like that, but that is the truth. And again, both teams doing a great job in their own defensive third of stopping the other from having any offensive momentum. But look at this. Arnautovic crying, and Sanchez is stopping it before it could even go any further. Sorry, I am still doing the numbers. It's actually kind of hard to do this when you're typing. I'm so used to writing it that I'm like, what is this? I have to type while I do this? I'm super excited to also announce that UFC 6 series is going to be coming back full-time. Sabitzer, Marcel Sabitzer! Again, great save by the goalkeeper. I still believe it would have been out of bounds. I don't think anyone's been super on target. Chukwuemeka, I believe that's how you say that name. If I apologize if I butchered it. It's not easy to enunciate some of these things. But here goes Lerma. Lerma now to Diaz. Diaz thinking to go to Arias. Now to Rodriguez and then Rios. Now back to Arias. Colombia's on a great offensive attack right now. Arias has got a chance, but Diaz wide open. The shot. It is a goal. Colombia takes the lead 1-0 in the 29th minute of the match. That right there was great teamwork, great setup and build-up. You can see there, pass, 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 open shot, goal. That's how it's supposed to go. And honestly, the goalkeeper was very out from the box, too. I don't know why he was that far out. Oh, it doesn't matter. Colombia now takes the lead 1-0. I feel like the way we started Group A with Mexico and Sweden 3-3, then you had Iraq and Ghana 3-2. It's going to be so hard for these other groups to keep up with that. I mean, heck, Group B only had, what, 3 goals in that entire group? And 2 of them came from an unlikely team, which is even more bizarre. Wow, Chukwuemeka just got sandwiched. You thought that you really would have thought that was a rugby play. Goes Rodriguez. What's Rodriguez thinking? A backward pass to Lerma, now to Mojica. Mojica could try to go for it. He does. And that's going to be a corner. Let's see, Rodriguez not passing it to Mojica. And he stumbled out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick here. A mental error that was stopped a great attack for Colombia. Also, those coming in, I do apologize. I do get thirsty. Chukwuemeka finally getting open, and he gets stiffed out of there. Colombia takes possession. Great defense on display for Colombia so far. But here goes Schmid. Oh, whose ball is that, actually? Oh, it's a goal kick. It bounced off it bounced off him like twice. I was like, Here goes Seawall, but Seawall getting stopped, and now it's Diaz with possession for Colombia. Rodriguez pushing it up. Now it's Arias. Arias, though, trying to volley this one all the way back to Diaz. He's going to be very... Yeah, that was... I'm not sure what he was thinking there. Goes Seawall now to Chukwuemeka. To Marcel Sabitzer. Now to Arnautovic. Back to Chukwuemeka. To Chukwuemeka. Great dribbling here. He's got the chance. Oh! And so far away from the target. Yeah, I mean, again, the idea, understandable. The execution, not so much. Rios now to Diaz. Diaz to Rodriguez. Rodriguez pushing up for Colombia. Now it's Suarez. Suarez gets stopped. A great defense that Austrian blockade doing a great job. And that is going to be it for the first half. It is 1-0 Colombia. I got to think that the conversations that were being had for both teams going into the second half, it's got to be, at least what I would believe. You know what's crazy? I think they just took out like my whole thing I was actually looking at. That's crazy. That's so wild. They took out my creator thing. What in the world? What is this? That's so weird. It like adjusted my screen. Okay, there it's back. I was like, what? I was like, why are they changing my screen? Sorry about that, folks. Wait a minute, Arnautovic! Ooh! The goal, that was an amazing save by the goalkeeper to stop what should have been. I mean, take a look right here, and just a couple fingers, the fingertips stopped that one from going in. Wow, that was actually a very unique pass, but I mean, technically it worked. They got possession back, so I guess that's something. Chukwuemeka, the man who thinks he's got to do it himself. Wait, he's wide open. Chukwuemeka, shot, goal! Literally just dribbled between, I'm not even sure how many defenders that was. Chukwuemeka scores. We're tied at one apiece. A huge goal for Austria. Take a look, folks. Literally, the Colombian defense had no idea what to do. They had no idea what to do there. Huge goal by Chukwuemeka. Last Legend just won the U.S. title off of Juliet. Nice. So for the money in the bank thing, we had Belair and Ford, the couple. The first time we had a couple to win it. We had Bret Hart and I think Jordan Grace went back-to-back for 2 years in a row. First person that we've ever had to win it twice and twice in a row. Now we've got an injury on the field. Hold on. What happened here? Oh, he absolutely clipped him. That was one of the most dirtiest tackles I've seen in a while. That should be a red card if you ask me. Lerma should actually be ejected from the game. Great defense there from Diaz. Diaz now pushed it up, but he's only got one guy with him. Oh, that's a penalty. That is a penalty. Yep. Retaliation at the worst time. Lanner gets a yellow card for his troubles. And now Colombia's got a golden opportunity to take back the lead. So far in penalties, 0-1 in the World Cup so far. What is going to happen here? Diaz staring down Schleicher. The shot, it's a goal! The penalty has been converted. Colombia takes the lead once again. It is 2-1. Luis Diaz with a massive goal to take the lead. Take a look at the POV on this one. Right past them. Nowhere for the man to go. A massive goal scored for Colombia to take that lead. Now, how will Austria respond? And again, it was the worst time for Austria to try to get their get back. It was. Well, there's Colombia once again with possession. And I got to think with all the confidence in the world. Back to Diaz. Diaz now, but he's got really nowhere with him, which is a sea of white jerseys. But somebody gets to Mojica, who gets stripped right away. Great interception. There's Marcel Sabitzer to Lamer, the man who allowed that penalty kick to happen. Schleicher now. What is Austria thinking? Schleicher. Never mind. Wishful thinking. Here goes Lerma. Lerma now to Rodriguez. Rodriguez thinking to Rios. I didn't like where that was going, but Munoz has got a chance. It's a goal! 3-1. 3-1. Colombia takes the lead. Well, they have the lead. They extend their lead. Sorry. And Colombia's got to be enjoying this. A 3-1 lead in Austria, now facing the improbable odds of trying to even reach a draw with only 21 minutes remaining in this match. All right, folks, up next, it is going to be Finland and Qatar. The Rock has IC championship for about 400 days. My God, your people go on like Roman Reign-esque title reigns. I sent 100 comments. Oh, wow, I can't speak all of a sudden. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm gonna pin that because that's like awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely pinning that. I've pinned 200 minutes. Wowzers. I didn't even know. I had no idea that they gave out badges for this. That's so cool. I feel like we should actually pin this one. Yeah, I've pinned your comment because that's a... Yeah, that's an important one. A nice header, but again, Colombia not being able to do anything with it. However, Austria, again, needs to do something. While they've had 105 passes, 94% accuracy. Meanwhile, Colombia, 118 passes, and almost a perfect 99% accuracy. That's insane. Insane. Cross came in, but nope. Wait a minute, was that a handball? Well, that didn't work at all. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Did it touch his hand? Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The handball allows for a penalty. Marcel Sabitzer could bring this one close. Sabitzer eyeing up the goal. It's good save. Good goal. Sorry. Good goal. Holy mackerel. Marcel Sabitzer off the handball gets a penalty and scores, which means it is 3-2 in one of the wildest of ways. We've got a game. Can Austria make the comeback with 10 minutes plus added time? It's possible. Hold on. Well, he's going up against Sheamus, so do you think he'll lose or retain the title? Sheamus stuff. I think Sheamus is going to beat The Rock. I said I have The Rock currently as my IC champion right now, too. But he had the feud with Ethan Page. Because if you're Colombia right now, I've got to think there is fear after what's been a great game for them to potentially have to lose 3 points or at least 2 points and settle for a draw after a handball mistake. That's got to be absolutely gut-wrenching. Marcel Sabitzer push up. There's no one to stop him, but Sabitzer missed wildly. Colombia right now desperately trying to hang on to their 1-goal lead. Here you go, Mohican. If I'm Colombia, waste the clock. You have a lead. Waste the clock, but Suarez thinking goal! Suarez making sure there is no comeback for Austria here tonight. They are up 4-2. Colombia with a huge goal here tonight. Yeah, this crowd should be celebrating. And what I thought there was going to be a potential comeback for Austria, Colombia just shut the door on them for that one. And for Austria, a gut-wrenching loss. They're going to suffer here. As As we now go on to added time, 3 minutes of added time. Colombia with possession. They've got to be feeling good about this one, that one of their toughest games is now down and over with. Here goes Mojica. Trying to add insult to injury. Couldn't do it. It will be a goal kick. And again, well, yeah, Colombia, this is the smart thing to do. Drain the clock. Or keep going for more points. That helps the goal differential. What are they doing? They're just going for it. They don't even care. And that concludes what is and has been a great game that we've seen 4-2. Between these two sides, Colombia picks up 3 points. Austria takes an L here. As we go on to Qatar and Finland, that's up next. Meanwhile, let's see who's actually going to be hosting that one technically. It'll be... Oh, Finland gets to be the host. Look at them go. It gets crazier and crazier as these games go on, I've got to say. So I've got to set it up. So Finland, Qatar. I think once I found out that there were so many teams in this, I had to use all of them if I could. And both of these teams are actually evenly matched. Let's find another European stadium. There you go, Villa Park, even better. Here we go, folks. Finland, Qatar, after both of these teams just watched Colombia destroy Austria. The desperation to get 3 points has never been more clear. Finland, by the way, in the white. Qatar in the red. Mind you, folks, right now, Iraq leads Group A with 3 points. Somehow, Tunisia leads Group B with 3 points. What a bizarre World Cup it's already turning out to be. And again, a corner here for Qatar. Oh, there goes Pedro Miguel. The wild thing is I've actually used some of these guys on my, I think it was my 2024 team that I had. So I'm actually familiar with some of these guys, especially Afif. It was Bodif. It goes Afif. Afif's got a chance. Easy save for the goalkeeper. 4-2. They're really focusing on that manager. That was like the second close-up in like 12 seconds. Afif, though, I think getting a bit too overzealous. I'm not sure why Nikolai Alho just kicked it the way he did, but... I mean, not Nikolai Alho. I think that was actually Koski who kicked it. That's Nikolai Alho, the guy with no hair. Again, Qatar doing a great job so far. The shot, and again, great save from the goalkeeper. Bouncing that off with his heel. Rock retained. Also, I made him so springboards and stuff. So, oh my God, I can't imagine the Roth. It's like the Dollar Tree Rock, the Roth. But no, I can't imagine the Rock doing a springboard. Goodness Lord, he'd probably tear a quad like Kevin Nash. Here goes Qatar again on the offensive. Al-Haedos. He had so many people he could have passed that to and chose not to. But yet, corner for Qatar. Putting it over. Oh, there's nobody. Wait. Oh, that didn't go very far. Never mind. I respect the hustle, but yet nothing to really come of it. Bodif to Al-Haedos, who gets stopped. And now it's going to be Finland with... Well, maybe. Nope. Qatar still has possession. I can't... Like, when I said it, I was like, there's no... I just said Roth. That could be, like, also the dollar... That could be like the Rock's Darth Vader name. Instead of the Rock, it's the Roth. Comes out with like a whole robe. The fifth now to Bodif, to Albreak. And a great stuff there. Koski now getting it to Markaev. Soon, wait a minute. Walter's got a chance. It's just him and the goalkeeper. Walter scores. Finland takes the lead, 1-0. A massive goal to kick it off for Finland's campaign. They lead 1-0 against Qatar. A beautiful setup to lead up to that. Take a look, folks. Walter was all alone with the goalkeeper and beat him with a shot right between the legs. 1-0. How will Qatar respond? That's the question. Meanwhile, I should also look at the standings for Group C. That way I can get to them. I still can't believe we have... The way they dominated was nuts. I'm still shook on the Colombia game. I mean, that was an amazing game. But here goes Ali. Ali needs to pass to Afif. I would have passed to Afif. Afif was open. By the way, folks, for those wondering in real life, right now France and Senegal are both tied at 0. Bodif wide open. Mind you, folks, the only goal that was scored was off of Finland's one counterattack because, well, Qatar had possession the rest of the time. Paulo, I remember him quite well. Here goes Karinen. Getting it to Walter. The man's already got a goal. Trying to cross it into Nikolai Alho, the guy who I've had on my career mode teams for what feels like ages. Here goes Walter keeping it in possession after almost a mistake, but that mistake ultimately gave me the reason why they still... That should technically be their possession. No, they gave it to Qatar. Never mind. I was wrong. Look at this. It's Madiba. I remember him. I've had him on my team too. It's crazy. I don't really pick guys who are very low rated. Here goes Junior to Alhaidos. Goal! We got a tie game in the 32nd minute of the game. Qatar answers back with a much-needed goal. A great build-up here as it left the goalkeeper isolated. And that was all she wrote there. 1-1. We have got a tie game once again. The stalemate is on. A very short-lived 1-0 lead for Finland. Uh-oh. I'm about to say that. I seen the infraction happening a mile away. Tenho, what a name. Was that intentional? I'm quite perplexed. The entire setup here does not make any sense. But wait a minute. Ali, goal! Honestly, I don't know the lapse in play. Whatever happened in that entire span made no sense on Finland's part. I truly have no idea what they were thinking or what they were trying to do. It just did not work. I mean, that's to put it politely. It truly was just awful. Yeah, I have no idea, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that was a great actually defensive block there. An interception from Finland, but now they need to go back on the offensive. They've given up 2 goals in the span of 8 minutes. Walter gets stopped. It's going to be a throw in here. Win probability, 66 for Qatar, 18 for Finland. That's actually not great at all. Here goes Edmilson Jr. pushing it up. Ali's right there. The header gets stuffed. And Finland now pushing it all the way back to the neutral third of the pitch. Archive could have given it to number 20, but he just chose not to. I don't know why. There's Walton out back to Markaev. Markaev to Suonen. Oh, boy. They're arguing. There's a yellow, which means there should be a penalty. And that was in the box, so that would lead to a penalty. And we're going to get one. Pojampalo could bring this game back to a draw. Is it going to happen? Pojampalo! Goal! A massive goal to bring this one back to a neutral stance. It is 2 apiece for each team, something Qatar did not want to have to deal with. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Well, sorry about that, folks. I was on the phone, so I do apologize about that. That was an apartment calling me because I've been looking for an apartment. But to that point, to where I was at, we had a goal from Qatar, a missed penalty from Finland that could have tied it up again, and that may come back to haunt Finland. Sorry about that, folks. I hate when people call whenever I'm like streaming because like literally, I have one of the driest phones known to mankind. So it drives me nuts whenever I'm actually doing something. People want to call me. Wait a minute. This may be goal number 4. Oh, good save. By the way, France did just score a goal. It's 1-0 France against Senegal in the 69th minute in real life. For those who were wondering. Wow. Qatar has had 5 corners. Finland has had none. Talk about when it rains, it pours, and yet Finland's still hanging in there. It should be a tie game. If they scored that penalty, which they weren't even close, it was like that thing got punted to the next lifetime, which to me is still insane to think about. I feel like there was something I was talking about with EAFC earlier, and I just forgot to do it. So I apologize because I normally don't get this badly sidetracked. But I'm also now adding it. Wait a minute. Finland goal! They tie it up 3 apiece. And if you can imagine if they had the penalty, it would have been 4-3. But in just 62 minutes, folks, 63 minutes, we have had 6 goals scored in what's been one hell of a game between 2 unlikely teams to look like offensive gurus. What a freaking game. 3-3. Holy moly. Literally. Like, I know that sounds corny and cheeky, but my goodness, what a game. What are they, what are they thinking? What are they doing? That was a great stop. Oh, wait a minute. No. They're calling the offsides. Qatar ain't happy about it. The offsides has been called. It remains 3 apiece. Substitutions coming in. Mitten coming in for Pelota, Madibo coming out, and number 20 coming in for Qatar. The fact that Hrdecki is still their goalkeeper is crazy. Wow, I don't even think the Finland player even attempted or cared to jump. Oh, no, that's the wrong guy to leave open. What a game. The drama, the pageantry, as they would say. Here goes a Fifa. Gets Alheiros, who's going to be wide open. Well, he was open for a fraction of a second. But again, look who's staying on the offense. Look who's staying with all the pressure. It's Qatar. And the Finland players right now, that defensive stance, the bottom 4 from the center backs and wide backs, that was awful. That was, they were so clustered and cluttered. That was crazy. I just want, hey, we're pinning that. We're pinning that. That's what I'm talking about. You got to keep winning. Winning is the goal. I can only imagine if I actually did like a Fortnite stream what that would look like. Oh dear. A great block. I mean, Finland's doing everything they damn near can to try to stop Qatar from scoring another goal. And to those coming in, welcome. For those who are still new. So what I would like to do is... Oh, wait a minute. Wow. I'm still... Again, you got to think, if Finland hit that penalty option they had, the second one they had, it would be 4-3 with them having a lead. And I got to think Finland's kicking themselves right now for that. And for Qatar, who's had so much possession, so many targets towards the goalkeeper, to just not be able to get that 4th goal has got to be incredibly irritating at this point. Very risky, but it worked anyway. Wait a minute. Ant-Man's got it. If he can pass it, why didn't he go to number 6? 6 was right there. Oh, that was a lapse in judgment. He was wide open for a goal. At least a shot at, on goal. Here goes, I'll break now, pushing it up. There's no one really there. Finland's got to do a lot. Oh my God, this is a defensive fault, and luckily Qatar just butchered a golden opportunity. Pojan Paul, the man with the brace, comes out. Jakola comes in, and Pananen. Yeah, these names are killing me. Again, Finland's got to get something going if they want to try to take 3 points instead of only having to split 1. Edmondson Jr. If he can get maybe Fatih. Goal! A goal in the 90th minute. Fatih literally with a huge goal that gives Qatar the lead. It's 4-3 in what has been a blockbuster of a game between these two sides. Look at this crowd. Wow. Genuinely, wow. Fathi with a massive goal, the goal that puts Qatar up 4-3. And again, for Finland, you've got very little time to mess around. You have to keep going forward to keep that clock running and pressure a goalkeeper. Otherwise, they're going to call it. They cannot go backward. They cannot go backward. They need to go forward. That's somewhere that clock's going to keep running. Go for the cross. A massive mistake. But, folks, in a blockbuster of a game, what was that? That's 7 goals. They had to combine 13 goals, which beats Group A's, who had 11. In a wild form, holy moly, that was awesome. But folks, with that being said, we're going to go on to Group D. Group D has Portugal, Canada, Romania, and Haiti. And their first game is going to be Portugal and Canada, by the way. So, all right. What a freaking game. That was amazing. I did not expect those two teams to put on that type of game. That was a one hell of a performance. As we're going to the 4th group of 6 that we're doing today. Again, Portugal, Canada is going to be up next. Whoops. I all of a sudden forgot the alphabet. There we go. Oh, that means Ronaldo's going to be in this one. Hey, people, we get to see Ronaldo this time. Portugal, Canada, yeah. Okay. Had to make sure. Estadio on SL Benfica. The Etihad Stadium. There we go. I was like, where are the London stadiums at? Why can't I find them? Fair, taking a break from 2K as I am too, just catching up on Universe. Yeah, I feel like for those who have to wait on YouTube to see my lives, I have to. Sometimes I forget to put them out on like a daily kind of basis. Sometimes throughout the week, so then I end up having to spam like 9 different episodes in like the span of like 9 days, and you know I don't just do like 20-minute episodes. They're like an hour. Sometimes my papers are 2 or 3. So. Like, for instance, Saturday's main event was 14 matches and Money in the Bank was 13. So, you know, I think it helps give my subscribers a bit of a you know. And I realize that 3 brands are a lot, and I never want to overwhelm, because I know that some of my subscribers would like having different, what's your YouTube? Oh, it's BVTV Gaming. Yeah. I'll put that in here. There you go. Keep pinning. Oh, what happened? My God. I literally took my eye off the ball for like 5 seconds. And then a corner happened and all chaos broke down. Okay. Wow. Look at the hustle. I respect the world of that. Portugal and Canada. If Canada can survive their hardest game and come out with a draw, I've got to think they've earned the respect of everybody. Canada's been one of the few teams over the years that I think everyone's sentimentally rooted for, because they always come so close to qualifying, and then they're always so far away. Johnston, no, good save. Costa with the save. I'm already subscribed. Oh, awesome. So yeah, you know, I like, for instance, I'll probably have this episode premiere later today or tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. For those who like miss it, who missed a game or whatever, they can click on the thing and see where everything's at. Here goes Laren, Canada. Canada! No, don't do what you're doing. Well, Laren just messed that up entirely. That was a what in the world? I'm so confused on what Canada's trying to do here, ladies and gentlemen. I've never. This is a head scratcher. Because none of that made sense. Here goes Miller. I'm telling you, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Like, I want to talk about something UFC related, but I can't remember what I wanted to talk about with you guys. Yeah, I feel like I shouldn't be this badly quelled the way I am. Again, great stop. The favorites of this group literally should be Portugal, and then everyone else is competing for second place. That's genuinely how it should be. But if Canada can, by a miracle, get a win or even tie, it sets the precedent that this is going to be an unpredictable group. Canada are being silly. Yeah, I have no idea what Canada is trying to do. At least Ghana, we've seen what they were thinking. Did that bounce off his keister? Never in my freaking time of all the games we've done and of all the games I've played on my own have I seen a ball bounce off two people and then bounce off somebody's keister back to the teammate. That right there is true teamwork. There's Mendes to Liao. Pushing up the field. What was he thinking? What are these two teams doing? I forgot to mention HBK is on SmackDown as undisputed champion in his retirement tour. Nice. I had Sean as world champ in 2024. And what an interesting championship reign he had, I'll say that. Yeah, Portugal is having so many misfires right now. This is bad. By the way, France is up 2-0 against Senegal. They scored in the 83rd minute. Senegal is actually one of the teams that I normally root for. It's regular HK, not 0894. Nice. Wait, Cancelo! Great save by the goalkeeper. Corner here for Portugal, but if Canada would win, I'll be shocked. Canada has pulled off... What in the world? I don't understand. Both of these teams, they're not on the same page. It's very clear to me that they're not on the same page. But one of the things is even Portugal is making some really bad... I hate to say it, this is a kind of below their level of play that I'm expecting. But it is. It really is. This is an all-star country when it comes to soccer. Holy hell. Wait. No. Oh, he was out of... Oh. He was offsides for a moment. Is Davies there? Yes. Not Alfonso Davies. Yeah, no, that is Alfonso Davies. I'm getting him mixed up with Soriano. Oof, that's baseball. But no, Davies is here. I should be actually at the left. Should be him right there, actually, at the bottom. I want to say right-hand corner, but I think for you guys it's left. Because of the way it's looking on your screen. Also, Robert Frazier, thank you for following, man. I do appreciate it. Thank you. We're on the road to 1K follows, so I really do appreciate all the love, y'all. I really can't thank y'all enough for that. Here goes Laren. Canada almost had... Whoa, hey. That is a yellow card. What? Is he not booking him? Well, that should be a bookable offense. Here go... Oh, well, wow, that was horrendous. I can't tell if Portugal is taking Canada lightly, so they're not trying as hard, or if Canada just got worse. Am I the one with the delusion? I mean, he's going up against Damian Priest at Survivor Series, and Damian would be a good world champ. I'm going 1,000% for Shawn Michaels, not Damian Priest. Ugh. Wait, look at this. Look who's wide open. Laren is wide open. The shot gets saved by the goalkeeper. 1 minute of extra time. And a corner here for Canada. They can really do something here. Can they get it done? The header comes in, but an easy save for Costa. And his time is essentially running out as we go into the second half. Hey, we're somehow at a stalemate, and I can't believe I'm saying that Portugal isn't already leading. A very shocking turn of events. We're tied, but HBK can't lose just yet. But what if he does, though? What if Damian Priest just retires him, and there goes your retirement tour? You give him the Ric Flair treatment, to where it's like, well, if you lose a match, you're done. But here goes Buchanan. Oh, he's gonna dribble that out of bounds. Wait, no, he gets it in with a corner, but not a good corner at all, actually. And here goes Leao for Portugal, pushing it up. I believe I see CR7. Yep, there goes Ronaldo. Goes Neves to Cancelo. Ronaldo, they're doing a great job of making sure that man does not see the day of light of that ball. Because if you realize, the man that can score from virtually anywhere has been covered quite well. And I've got to say, out of everything that Canada has done so far, stopping and trying to block Ronaldo as best as they can is the only thing they've done right. I'll put Damien in NXT if a retirement tour, if he wins. That's messed up. That's retaliation, sir. You can't help that HBK is washed, you know. Not everyone can be amazing. Uh-oh. So I'm also doing the stats here for my rules. There you go. I said this is some insane, like, then why? What if, like, do you have a Money in the Bank winner? What if someone cashes in? Technically, that's a match, and technically, if he loses the title, that's a loss. So, you know, are you gonna strip Damien of the title too? Here goes Neves, and they're not. I can already see what's about to happen. If Cancelo can get it to Ronaldo, what in the world was that? What is Portugal doing? Like, in so many ways, I'm just confused at what the process is, and that's what I'm trying to understand. Is, like, what are we? Eric Bischoff is my money. What? Huh? Excuse me? How did you manage that? I can't even get him in I can't, like, for some reason on PC, you can't play as him. Like, I can't get him to be an active wrestler. Canada requesting some subs. There goes Mo. The cross is actually a pretty good one, but the guy didn't pick his head up. You know, talking about what's coming out of the half, what the strategy should have been, I generally don't know what for either of these teams. I mean, there's been so many mistakes. I would say fix everything. The fact that Eric Bischoff is Money in the Bank needs to be pinned, because I can't even believe that. The world needs to see that. Uh-oh, Ronaldo! So close. But a corner that the goalkeeper is saving, which should have been a goal. Canada cannot allow Cristiano Ronaldo to touch that ball. They got to be careful. They cannot be too aggressive. I mean, in many ways, I have to give Canada their props. While they've played offensively abysmally awful, defensively, they've done actually a good job. Again, I can't believe I'm actually saying that. Oh, wow. That was skill. What a save. What a save. Holy moly. But Bruno Fernandes. And he retains. Boo. Shawn Michaels should have been retired. Boo. Oh, off the goal! Portugal takes the lead 1-0, and of course, the man to take it, The man to break the stalemate is none other than Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo scores, giving Portugal the 1-0 lead in the 70th minute. 72nd minute. Rude. Lol. Lol. And anytime I see Shawn Michaels, I'm like, retire. Boo. Boo. For Portugal, now that they have the lead, the thing is like either expanding on it or just keeping it. For Canada, now desperation comes in because you really haven't been able to do anything to ruffle Portugal's goalkeeper, except for the one offside that they had that should have been a goal. I mean, look, it's just an outclassing at this point. I really don't think. Wow. Lol. So rude to HBK. Listen, to me and HBK, I honestly, I respect Shawn Michaels. I do, but I liked Bret Hart better, I have to admit. And I think just watching Bret Hart, I'm a technical wrestling person, so Bret Hart over Shawn. But promo-wise, Shawn Michaels had way more charisma. Like Bret Hart had the charisma of of drywall, you know, like that's like the best way to say it. This Cornelius stopping. Oh my good! Wow, he chopped the heck out of Ronaldo. But Ronaldo getting right back up. Cornelius can with the yellow card. Ronaldo, not gonna take. He gives it to Fernandez, and the goalkeeper stops it. Corner here for Portugal. All right, folks, next up, it'll be Romania and Haiti, the second game of Group D in match day 1, and then we'll be going on to Group E, which will be Morocco, Japan, the Czech Republic, and South Africa. That'll be the 5th group, and then it'll be Group F. Wait, A, B, C, D, E, F, yeah. Sorry, there's 13 groups, and I know that I want the first 11, because Group, which one is it? Group L and Group K. Sorry, Group L and M are the group of death groups that have 8 teams in each of them, and they only get 3 games all. So it's like 4 games for each match day. That's like 8 right there alone. But those will have their own like episode. The 8 stages, 8 teams. I think Shawn has got till Mania before he retires. This is awful. No one wants more Shawn Michaels anymore. Ugh. And yes, I am pulling the ultimate haterade move. And to those coming in, welcome, by the way. Great to see everyone. Hey, wait a minute. Here goes Liao. Liao now trying to push up, maybe going for goal number 2. Here goes Corn. Oh, good save. I mean, for Canada, they really just played defense. They really hardly had offensive possession, and if this is how Canada is going to go out, I mean this is rough. They have a very abysmal, very abysmal run so far. But you know what? They're on the attack, and this could. Come on, official. That was okay. At least they're giving him the throw-in because that should have been at least an infraction. But the thing is, Canada has to somehow find a way. Well, they had a way. Well, Jesus Lord, why would they pass Canada for the love of oblivion? Well, they got 4 minutes of added time. If I'm, well, they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop Portugal. Who am I kidding? My optimism for Canada, I think really just like, I'll put Yokozuna in a retirement tour then. That's crazy. Wait a minute, Neto, nowhere to be found. They have time. They have time. Can Canada pull it off? Yoko did nothing to you. Yoko did nothing to you to deserve a retirement tour. Can Canada try to, dude, push it up, push. Oh. Well, Canada's definitely going to eat the loss here. Great stop, but that's all Canada's going to be able to do. Yeah, it's over for them. I would say put Roman Reigns in a retirement tour. Let's see who beats him. That's entertaining. Yeah. Well, in dramatic fashion, not Colombia, Portugal beats Canada and 1-0. I mean, it very, just for me, stunning, because I did not think Canada defensively would hold Portugal the way they did. I thought this would be a massacre if the got open. Canada just lost 1-0. I mean, it's heartbreaking for them, but realistically, they really didn't feel like they were in. They were there. They were there, and I think that's all that anyone can really say. By the way, folks, France scored another goal in the 90th minute. It's 3-1. Senegal did score it earlier. I guess I must have missed it, but yeah, France is destroying Senegal. Senegal has put on a good front, though. I want to say that much. Just for those who were wondering about what was happening in the real life game. Romania, Haiti, it's up next. If I can find them, there we go. Where is Haiti? Where'd you go? Ah, there they are. Wow, these teams are actually evenly matched. Haiti's got a good shot. Walled Stadium is not the stadium I want to see. Villa Park, Vicarage Road. Turf Moor. There you go. That's European, I think. Don't quote me on that. We said that England was going to be the host, but we didn't. Geographically, I don't know where all these stadiums where all of them are. Ah, see? West Ham. I knew it. Yeah. Haiti, by the way, folks, will be in the red. Romania in the yellow. Here goes Providence. Providence now to experience. I had to double check the last name part. I was like, there's no way I read that right. Oh, he just walked out of bounds. Well, not the ideal start for Haiti. Then for Romania, I want to say that technically Romania should be the favorites to go on to the round of 32. Here goes Jean Jacques. Now to Isidore. Good save by the goalkeeper. And a corner here for Haiti. The goalkeeper just fisted it out. Well, I wouldn't have done... Oh, my God. Oh, it's going to be an offside. What are they looking? I'm sorry. Well, yeah, the foot. Gotta love AI technology. And mind you, folks, from what we've seen so far, just kind of review all the games that have gone on for Group A. Mexico and Sweden tied 3 apiece. Ghana lost to Iraq 3-2. Uruguay in Group B, it's tied with Switzerland 1 apiece. And then Tunisia beat Northern Ireland 2-0. Cross comes in. Hold on. Oh, a great block. Wait a minute, that's not... What? What are they saying? I'm trying to see what happened. Oh, they called handball. Wait a minute. This is a great chance. The handball gave it pay to the penalty. Goal! Off the penalty. Haiti leads 1-0 in dramatic fashion. Isidore punches it in the net. Haiti now taking that 1-0 lead. And Romania looks absolutely gutted here. The crowd at least looks gutted. I was confused on the stop of play, giving the penalty for the handball. Haiti now taking that 1-0 lead in just less than, just in 11 minutes. Now Romania's got to be on the defensive. There goes Casemiro. And look at Haiti now pushing it up. Here's Perrault to Bellegarde. Back to Casimir. Crossing it over. I think that's to Jean Jaquez, but I'm not too sure. Oh, it's going to get stopped, at least for now. Hagi pushing it up with Berlegia. Now it's Man. Man thing maybe across. Potentially. No, he's going to take the shot himself. Good save, though. Corner coming in for Romania, and that's going to get, well, at least for the moment, get stopped. And Haiti is now back with possession with the man who's already got 1 goal today, Isidore. It's going to Pierrot to Arcus. Bellegarde to Casimir. Arcus now to Isidore. Isidore thinking to Pierrot. Goal! 2 goals in 8 minutes. Haiti takes a 2-0 lead in the early going. They've got to be loving this. Romania, though, has got to be hating this. They are on fire right now. And in my opinion, I looked at Haiti coming into this group stage as the underdogs, and they have came out swinging on Romania. It's 2-0. So I'm looking at Portugal, Canada. There we go. So as I'm also commentating on this stuff, I also do have to update everything because I will forget. But look at this, Haiti again on the offensive. Uh-oh. Oh, that offensive attack. How do I make a retirement chart on Universe, or how many months they've got left? Oh, wait, what a goal! I looked away for 5 seconds. Berlega with a huge goal for Romania. It's 2-1. Massive goal, and the comeback begins for Romania. But, Liam, as for your question, let me actually put that up so I can actually see that. I'm not sure. I believe there's a storyline feature. Is there not? I'm pretty sure that there's a storyline feature for that. Or you may just want to just take a look and put on an Excel spreadsheet. I know that's what some people do, is that they put a spreadsheet on it and stuff. Which I think would actually be more intriguing too. So if you want him to lose at a certain point. And Haiti, after giving that goal, back on the attack. Bellegarde pushing it up the pit. No one's stopping Bellegarde. What a great save by the goalkeeper. 2-1 already. 3 goals in under 25 minutes. I want to retire HK Mania. Well, then you got to make him lose at Mania. What if he just never wants to retire? He'll pull the Ric Flair. And instead of actually doing it. So there's a great interception there. Hold on. 1, 0, 1. Sorry, I'm also still updating everything, so my apologies, folks. Look at this. It's Man. Man could go for the pass. They're going for the shot. We're tied. We are tied 2 apiece. 4 goals in 31 minutes. Well, this team, this game, said, we will not be like Portugal and Canada. We're going to give you the drama. Make them lose, then unbook is a good shot. Hey, yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's also a strategy, too. Here's Romania now pushing it back up the field. It's wild how Haiti scored 2 goals, then Romania answered back with 2 goals of their own. Marin to Hagi. Hagi going for 3 goals in under 35 minutes. Romania now leads 3-2. They've scored 3 consecutive goals, and I think in a total of 10 minutes span. This is nuts. This is absolutely insane. Romania did not come to play today. 3 consecutive goals. There is no defense whatsoever so far. Here goes Haiti. Now it's Perrault. Perrault actually got past his defender. He could have moved it up a bit, but chose to go for the shot when he had in the window that he had. Oh, here goes Romania again. Is Mihaly? No good save by the goalkeeper. I'll make him lose to Tavish just because it's funny. Who's Tavish? I don't think I know Tavish. Is that like a new wrestler? Again, great defense there finally by Haiti. And Isidore is kind of, well, he's going to have one defender coming up at him. If he can try to stop him, oh, never mind. You know, normally there's always an own goal that comes up in the tournament. I'm still waiting on that one. Isidore, good save. Random guy in my rise you can unlock. That's crazy. You're going to have him lose to a jobber. It would be cool if you could do like a heist of like the century, but like it actually retires Shawn Michaels. Right? Think about it. Like Shawn retains his title at WrestleMania, and then like someone cashes in the Money in the Bank, or like Eric Bischoff cashes in Money in the Bank and retires him. I think that was another handball, was it not? And if it is, I can't see from that angle. The fact that that's the second handball call, it's going to lead to a penalty. Isidore scores the goal. A second handball penalty that's led to a goal for Haiti, which puts them back into the game. They're tied at 3 apiece. This is one of the most bizarre games that we have had. Generally, this is nuts. 2 handballs that have led to 2 penalties that Haiti has converted for goals. 3-3 in one of the wildest ways we have seen to this point. I mean, truly, holy heck. Oh, wait a minute. They may be answering. Jesus, Lord. Holy hell. Romania just can't be stopped offensively. It is 4-3 in the first 45 minutes of the game. This is nuts. This is genuinely... This is unheard of. Sorry, I'm also looking at my phone really quickly, see if I missed anything. They just scored. What is happening? This is the most goals scored in a combined game we've had so far in this World Cup. Haiti scores yet another goal. There is no defense being played. Folks, we have a second half to get to, and we're tied 4-4. What in the world? Mind you, Isidore's got both. Each team has one guy with a brace already. Holy mackerel. He held the title for 90-odd days. Who, the random guy held the title, or Eric Bischoff? Or Shawn Michaels? Wow, they're not playing any defense. They're just letting them walk through. This is nuts. Well, here goes Haiti. Here goes experience to Providence. Providence now to Jean Jaquez, who needs to turn around and get it to someone who's in the actual box. The cross come in. Goalkeeper, there's no way. There is no way. A cross that should have not worked at all. Pierre Rott has a brace now himself. A cross that came in that had no... I don't even know how it actually worked. And they scored. I mean, folks, check. This is insane. Holy hell. It is 5-4. Haiti takes the lead. This is insane. This is amazing. HBK. Oh, that's fair. Well, HBK isn't going. Wait, Hagi missing. Substitutions are coming in. Dragomir is coming out. Number 10's coming in for Romania. That's Stancio. I actually know who he is, actually. But my thing is, folks, we are 5-4, and the wildest thing. Well, here goes Providence. Oh, bounces off the sidebar. Are the offensive tanks officially emptied out for both of these teams in this game? Oh, that was a bad idea. That was not a good one. Really poor execution. There's Bellegarde. To Pierrot. To Jean Jaquez. To Bellegarde. Back to Bellegarde. Bellegarde's pushing. No one to really stop him. His teammate's going to score. Isidore has now a hat trick. The first hat trick of the World Cup. Isidore pushes the lead to 6-4. 10 goals have been scored in one game. This is nuts. RP, thank you for... Ravi, thank you for following, man. I do appreciate it. We're on the road to 1K follows, so thank you, man. I appreciate you. An insane... The wild thing, folks, if you look, Group A had a combined total of, 11 goals, right? Group B had 4 total goals. Group C had 11. Group D so far had 1 from the last game. This game alone has 10 goals. 10 goals. I have never seen this level of offense scored, and it's by the... I think what's shocking to me is that it's the teams that are scoring this number that I wouldn't expect this from. This is nuts. 6 goals for Haiti, 4 goals for Romania, and we're only in the 65th minute. Oh, that was almost... It was almost 5-6. Holy mackerel. Uh-oh, good stop. Oh, well, that wasn't... No, that's pretty effective. Romania not trying to push up the field. This man who's got it wide open daylight. Man's going to do it. Oh, good save by the goalkeeper. Finally learning to block shots. The cross coming in. And that one was nowhere to be found. Also, Providence just came out. He got subbed out, by the way. That was substitution for Haiti. Arcus now to Casimir. And again, folks, I have... This is amazing. But I don't know why he ran right into the defender. I think that was a mental lapse. Maybe he was tired. I truly do not know what just happened. Arcus, phenomenal defense with an insane interception. What is Delcroix doing, though? To Duverne. Back to Delcroix. To Jean Jaquez. To Bellegarde. Try to go for the shot. Great strip. Amazing. Wow, there is no one. Oh, they're going to do it. There's good save from Palisade, who literally has been finally finding his goalkeeper footing. Mind you, folks, I want to mention... it bounced off the knee. Corner for Romania. Technically, this game would be 4-4 if there were no not hat tricks. If there were no handballs that came in. Mind you, Haiti got 2 handball penalty opportunities because of the handballs that bounced off the defender's arm and hand twice in the early going, which is why it's 6-4 right now. Here goes Joseph. Joseph's push up the field. Here goes Isidore. 4 goals for that man right there. 4 freaking goals for Isidore. It is now 7-4 for Haiti. And what is happening? I just added all of the NWO to SmackDown. As you should. As you should. For life, brother. For life. Truly, this has been an insane game where I never thought I'd say Haiti has scored 7 goals in one game. Here goes Bellegarde. Bellegarde. Oh, he missed wildly. And for Romania, you've got to be wondering, what in the heck happened? 6 was a part of the NW. Yes, he was. Yes. Yes. Add 6. Yeah, he really was part of the outsiders. Like, he was with the NW, but he was like more of an outsider member. But he does count still. This great shot. Uh-oh. I mean, great cross, not shot. What am I talking about? I thought he dribbled that out of bounds. I thought it was going to be another corner for them. And Romania at this point, I'm not sure what... I mean, if you're Romania, you're probably like, what in the heck has happened in this game? I think everyone in attendance is trying to figure out what in the hell has happened. 100 comments were posting that, where we're pinning that. Wait, Nazono! Corner here for Jean Jaquez. Up to those coming in. Welcome, welcome still. I mean, truly, this has been a wild game, and a game I don't think any of us are going to forget anytime soon in this World Cup. 7-4 is just insane. They've scored the same amount of goals in this one game as some of the match days have for groups. That's nuts. And Stancio looking to go make it 5-7. This kind of helps with goal differential at this point. And that is just not going to happen. Haiti takes the lead. Not takes the lead, but they take 3 points here off from a 7-4 victory over Romania. Insane. 4 goals for that man right there, Isidore. Insane work. Folks, we're going on to Group E, as I mentioned earlier. Morocco, Japan, Czech Republic, and South Africa. That is up next. Well, actually, the group stage is going to be Morocco and Japan kicking it off. Should put that out there. Wow. So we got Group E and Group F. So we got 4 more games if we're including this one. And then that'll be like the conclusion of the stream, basically. Because that means we've done 6 groups. And then next time we'll do 5. And then day 3 will be the longer groups, but like technically shorter. Just to give you all the heads up there. All right. Morocco. I almost clicked on Jordan. I was like, whoops, wrong nation. And these 2 teams actually seem very evenly matched, so this should be rather interesting. Of course, I've got to fight with these freaking people over the arenas I want. Red Bull, Real, no. These are not what I was looking for. I'm not going to lie. No, we're back to Old Trafford. We went right back to Old Trafford. There you go. Morocco, Japan. Let's get it started. Again, bizarre, bizarre, bizarre. What a way to come in to Group D. I mean, they went ham. Haiti and Romania went ham. Truly, I don't think we'll ever see a game like that again. A 4-7 score is nuts. That's like a tennis score, like a volleyball like bracket round. That's what that is. And we got to witness that there. That's awesome. This Morocco tried to do, it was like a bicycle kick, but couldn't work. As Japan seen that one coming. They just headbutted each other. Goodness gracious. Morocco once again with possession. Morocco in the red and in the white. Let me actually also, while this is going on, do some of the group stage stats for these teams. I mean, at least we're kind of moving away from draws, and I'll kind of go over all the standings once I finish the crunching of numbers here. I just cannot believe 4-7, guys. 4-7. But here goes Kubo from Japan. Oh, he gave it right back to Morocco. I think one of the most wild things so far about the World Cup is that there's been so many teams that have just been unpredictably doing a great job that I wouldn't, not that I wouldn't, but that I wasn't expecting to do that well. And they're just shocking me, you know? Oh, good shot, but again, good save by the goalkeeper. For Morocco, I got to think they are one of the favorites. I feel like Japan and Morocco are the favorites to win the group stage and move on to the knockout stage. You know, not saying that Czech Republic can't pull it off or South Africa can't pull it off, but I think that they have a bit more of an uphill battle to climb. Ah, Brahim. Yeah, I remember him. Had him on loan back in like 2019. Or was it 2020? It was one of those 2 years. I think it was during the pandemic, actually. Great save. Well, I'm actually not sure if he actually got his hand on it or not. Oh, he did. He did. Okay. Well, quarter here for Japan. Japan now is on the attack. And I'm not sure what the idea was. And the execution behind that idea was also bad. There goes Morocco pushing it up. Why didn't he just go for it? He had two guys wide open. The showboating just cost them potentially a great shot on goal. And Japan's trying to capitalize now. Ueda going for it. Pass gets to Ito. Ito's wide open. The shot. Goal for Japan. Japan takes the lead 1-0. Ito getting the first points on the board for his team. Take a look at this. Wow. And how, at that point, the real question becomes, how do you, I mean, that was just a defensive fault. Oh, well, that's not going to be a penalty, but it will be a free kick and a yellow card to Endo, because that was a bit cheap, if you ask me. Yeah, he knew what he was doing. He clipped them good. Here goes Hakimi, the man who's going to be going for the free kick. No, I thought he was going to cross, and he did not. Oh, good save. Again, great save there, stopping. I think it was Elianusi who actually got a foot on it. He wasn't even in position to try to go for that header. It was smart to kind of try to pass it backward. Here goes Aguirre, and Hakimi gets stopped. Good block, and now it's Ito, the man with already one goal today, who's got nothing but the great wide open, and defenders trailing behind him, trying to cut him off. Ito, though, to Kubo, and Kubo sent that one to the crowd. They could not replicate. Sorry, it was Take, not Kubo. Yeah, that one got sent to the next section, like 12 over there, in Gate C. Here goes Sebiari. Now it's Abdi. Abdi should go for the. No, he did not. It's Arabat. Arabat. Is that how you say that name? What is? Again, I apologize for the poor enunciations. I'm not good at them. Japan, though, on the attack. It's Ito again. Now Nakamura. The pass. I think he got a hand on it. Corner. Again, reeling from the Haiti-Morocco game of 4-7. We have a much. Oh my lord, they are chopping each other. No, there was no call? Well, I guess turnabout's fair play. Japan did it first. Nakamura now to Ito. Ito to Sano. Sano to Nakamura. Nakamura, I think he tried to actually cross it in, but it got blocked by Hakimi, because Hakimi was the one over there. Oh, wow. Great interception from Ito, but now Ito's back up in the corner. There's nowhere for Ito to go for the cross, but it gets stuffed. What are they saying? There's an immediate stop. What's happening? Like, play is just stopped entirely. Oh, they're giving a free kick. That was a solid header, but nowhere to go. Well, I'm thinking of putting Yokozuna on Raw. Shall I? I think you should. I think so. Why not? I think it bounced actually off of Japan, which would mean that's going to be a goal kick here from Morocco. So one of the things, too, that I actually did want to mention now that I actually remembered is for my UFC fans who have kind of been neglected, and I do apologize because, yeah, I was trying to find a healthy balance of integrating my last, 8 years of doing the series and stuff, and I realized I was kind of coming to a point where it was becoming a bit redundant, which meant I needed a reset. And so with UFC 6, I'm taking a whole different reset. We're going to have our 16-person tournaments like always, but where I am adding 50 created characters to the lesser divisions that have less fighters in them to give us more of a bit of a boost. I know some of the more overpowered people won't be used as much as I think I did in the past, which I think is okay, and it kind of gives everyone a chance to really reset and see how they fare. Like, what will change, essentially. So look forward to that, because I'm super excited for it. I just got to finish creating those characters tonight. I'm halfway done. It's rough. It's rough. However, on that note, Japan comes into the second half 1-0. A massive lead here that they need to try to keep. They want to earn those 3 points. A valuable 3 points that a lot of teams are finding out. And, well, how did someone almost get folded into a pretzel in the first 50 seconds? However, on that note, the game plans. I think for Morocco, I say you be more aggressive. I think defensively, that's the way to go. Japan had struggled with it, in the later part of the first half, when Morocco started to be really up in their face defensively. And as for offense, just create more spacing. More spacing equals more chance for opportunities. Meanwhile, for Japan, wait a minute, well, that thing got sent flying. I think his name was El Kahivi, but I didn't get it right, I don't think. Oh, El Kaibi. I thought that was a goal. That was a great save. They're starting to attack the goalkeeper for Japan. It's going to get him flustered. Wow, great interception there from Watanabe. Now to Ueda. Back to Watanabe. Japan trying to move it up into the neutral third. There's that interception from Morocco. Morocco, though, getting it to Hakimi. Great stop. It's just going back and forth with possession at this point. Nakamura, Itakura. Wait a minute. The referee going to call him? Oh, he's letting play go on. This referee does not care about anything that has to do with physicality. Just did then. I added another person to SmackDown. Who'd you add? I kind of wish they made Mr. Fuji a playable character, you know? Going for the cross. No, it gets caught. Morocco again struggling with possession like a person with like Yokozuna. I just watched SummerSlam No, no, I watched WrestleMania 24, I think. Yeah, I think it was WrestleMania 24. And William Regal called Umaga Yumanga. And dude, I lost it when I heard it. I was wondering why people kept saying that, but Yumanga. I just put Yumanga on SmackDown. Oh, I'll never forget that. For as long as that'll be rent free in my head for quite some time. You guys better hope I don't find one of those like audio clip button things where they make one, and I just like play it every now and again. Yumanga. Japan with a substitution, by the way. He got bald hair and a mohawk. Well, that's different. Pair him with Yumanga. Yeah, I can't. It's great. Great save by Japan, by the way. You guys probably like BV's being so unserious today. I mean, it's true. This guy or something. Yeah, there you go. Or, oh, wait, no. I think you're talking about the Sultan, which is Rikishi. Because Yukishi had that gimmick. The Sultan, yeah. I remember that gimmick. That was Rikishi before he became Rikishi. Wow, great save. This goalkeeper for Japan is the one person keeping Japan really in it right now in the second half because they're just becoming aggressive Morocco. They have turned it up a notch, and I just gave him a compliment, and he just gave up a goal. We are tied, folks, at 1 apiece in the 71st minute of the game. A huge goal scored for Morocco. I told you, folks, if you keep the spacing there, you'll start creating chances. They've had pressure after pressure after pressure in the second half, and now we are tied at 1 apiece. He's on ECW for you, I think. Bald hair and a Vikingo. That's who you're thinking of, Vikingo. If he's on ECW, that'd be Vikingo. Look at this as Morocco now with a renewed confidence, looking to try and take the lead for the first time in the game. Brahim pushing it up. Again, good save by the goalkeeper. For the amount of times that the goalkeeper for Japan has been targeted, this is needed. Half bald, half mohawk. I would... Yeah, he wears like Spartan gear. He's small. Win probability 46-17 for Japan, but a 37% draw potential. Interesting. So the game is predicting that Morocco's going to win. There's Brahim. That's a penalty. That has got to be a penalty. Come on now. No, because he was offside. Wow. Talk about getting a freaking break, Japan, because that should have been a penalty with the way he slid in. Oh, that's it. Oh, what a save. Suzuki is keeping this team in this game. If Japan musters a win, that man is man of the match. The MVP, if you will. Made it now to Sano. Sano to Kamada. Kamada pushing it up into the opposing third. The header gets, I believe it actually got stopless. Endo, Salah Eddin with a massive save. A massive block that just gifted Morocco life. And that header was awful. Sorry about that. I had to text my Marvel rival buddy because they asked me a question. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, Kamada actually got the yellow card for Japan. Well, you know, that's tendency to happen. Wait a minute, Hakimi, you got to think if Japan can at least keep a draw, that goalkeeper is the only reason why they'd have a draw. I've got to be so. Suzuki really has been the anchor of this team in so many ways, shapes, and forms. Listen, Maeda just should have passed it. What is it with these players and being so greedy to want to be the GOAT of their teams? But now it's Morocco's chance for a last-second miracle. Time is running out. Hakimi, now it's on Onahi, but wait, though, they get stuffed. And, folks, we draw here at a 1-1 draw between Japan and Morocco. And the reason really that Japan did not get absolutely shattered is because their goalkeeper, Suzuki, kept them in this game. That's the only reason it was 1-1. Folks, next up, it's going to be Czech Republic and South Africa. Umanga is stuck in. See, you've got it. Yeah, it's so distinct that it's hard to not be like, oh, yeah, Umanga. Because that's how he says it. That's how he said it. He goes, the Samoan bulldozer, Umanga. And I'm like, oh, okay, William. I see you. All right. Okay. One of the few times I just absolutely just like lost it on a on just a one-worded like phrase. Yeah, Czech Republic, South Africa. Okay. I try to make sure who was supposed to be on the away side so it actually makes sense. Oof, there was a massive difference. I wish this team the best of luck because they will need it. Yeah, South Africa's going to need a miracle. We're going to the Stadium of Light for this one. The Czech Republic, South Africa. I'm just going to keep that up there, sir. Like, you have to see it, Liam. I think that's a fair one. I'm just going to pen it again. Well, folks, this is going to be unpredictable. Czech Republic, the Republic of South Africa. Sorry, I got to get my stuff politically correct here. My apologies to anyone that's from the Republic of South Africa. And Republic of South Africa will be in the green. Czech Republic will be in the red. After what we just seen with Morocco and Japan, if I'm the Czech Republic, oh, hello. Close, but not close enough. They were getting a corner for Czechia. And by the way, folks, a lot of the created fighters I have done for UFC 6 will be all internationally, just different. I fear there's enough Americans and enough Brazilians and the UFC games that I was like, we're just going to throw everyone in random countries. It's good. There was a handball, which is why we're at this point right now. Czech Republic could take the lead early off this handball penalty opportunity, and they will. 1-0 in the first 4 minutes of the game. A handball opportunity allowed the Czech Republic to go on the board with a penalty opportunity that they cashed in, and it's 1-0. How will the Republic of South Africa respond? Will they be able to find it? Oh my God, he just stiffed him. I'll add Umanga. So you have to. That's now a prerequisite. I feel like if I ever give Umanga a title, it's going to be because of that. Here you go, Sulk now to Provad. That was actually a pretty decent shot. Again, this is the first. Actually, no. Normally, the Republic of South Africa gets a shot at the World Cup. They just never make it past the group stage. But this may be. It's been 5 years since we've had the World Cup, so maybe things have changed. You know, we look back again. I've got to bring up the fact that we've had, the inaugural world champions, the Netherlands, back in 2017, beat France in France 4-3 on penalty kicks, the most dramatic World Cup we've ever had. And then the following year, it was Spain and England. Spain beat England 1-0, and it was Uruguay and Wales in the finals where Uruguay destroyed them. literally 2-0. But unlikely World Cup champions, I think almost every year except for Spain being a powerhouse. Who will take the mantle this year? So Eric just cashed in SME. Shall I give him the title or wait till Mania? I think at that point you got to give him the title. Who knows? Shawn Michaels' career is dead. It's over. This Apollos. Oh wait, what? Whoa! Why did he pass back? He should have passed. He should have taken the shot. That. Oh man, that was a bad. Oh, I don't agree with that decision. If I was number 9, I would have. Foster should have went for the shot. That was as good of a look as they were going to get in that possession, and he passed back. I disagree with that. No, that was a lapse in judgment. He goes Sulk. Oh my lord! I think Czech is getting a bit too comfortable. Corner here for the Czech Republic. Off the header, good save, but it's gonna be another corner. Mind you, folks, up next after Group E will be the final group, which is Group F, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm pretty sure. Oh, they're not letting me. Yeah, A through F. That's 6. Okay, I had to make sure. Like, did I do the math right? Am I like mathematically stupid? That's an amazing statement. I need to put that on a T-shirt. Am I mathematically stupid? That's actually hysterical. Sorry, don't judge me for my hysterical thinking. Well, Zwain here needs to do something with it. He's going back and Zwain did a whole lot of nothing there. I was very confused on what he was going for. But Group F, by the way, we will conclude with USA, Wales, Jordan, and Curacao. Jordan and Curacao will start off that group, and then the United States versus Wales will be how we end it. So that's going to be a big one there in Group F. Very big. Zwain, wait a minute. Wait. What are they saying? Offsides? Oh, I think it's because they didn't want to give a penalty. Generally, I think that's what it was. Oh my lord, they're just punting the. Czech is with has the utmost confidence, and I respect it. But the Republic of South Africa, offensively, has been quite abysmal. It's been quite horrendous. I'm not sure what they're doing out there. Well, thankfully that shot went far right. But again, I mean, Czech is just. They're just hoisting shots up. They have no care where it's going. They're just throwing them around. Oh, here goes Moremi. It's a Sith hole, now to full. Again, the idea was great. The execution, not so much. Give me 1 second while I update the group stage for this particular group. It's funny how I mentioned, like, oh yeah, we're not having any more draws. Yay. And then we had a draw with Japan and Morocco. Oh, the shot. Wait a minute. Yeah, they had to be that aggressive. Okay, he flopped a bit too much. He needed to calm down. He acted like the kick sent him to the Shadow Realm. What in the world? Why is that having a glitch for me? Oh. So I'm trying to, like, size this up. And I'm having a hard time with my format here to get this stuff right. That's hysterical. Sorry, my formatting was off. Wait a minute. Oh! Honestly, this game has been, I feel like, all Czech Republic. I really don't think the Republic of South Africa has been able to do kind of anything. This is kind of reminding me of the Portugal-Canada game because it's one-sided. Oh, that was a great saving. I thought that was going to go out of play, and all for naught because Jesus Lord. South Africa, what are we doing, guys? There goes Zeleny. Zeleny now pushing it up, and that's going to be far gone as we go on to the second half. Czech Republic leads 1-0. The Republic of South Africa, I mean, if we're going to go on to the difference of two halves, I would have to think that just at that point, you got to fix everything. I mean, you can sit here and say defensively that they've done a good job. They only give one goal, but they've done nothing offensively. Well, Eric is your new champ. Hell yeah, Eric Bischoff, the champ. Oh, it bounced off the sidebar. That saved the Republic of Africa from giving up their second goal of the day. And for the Czech Republic, just keep on chucking them. You're going to get them eventually. I mean, Williams, the Republic of South Africa's goalkeeper, Williams, has done the best he can. The guy has been under constant pressure the entire game. It has not been an enjoyable night for him. Uh-oh. Zeleny doesn't have a lot of real estate. He's turn it around. He gets it to Schick. Schick to Soychek, but it gets stopped. Great interception there. Yoshi Inamura. Oh, Yoshiki Inamura is his name. Oh, Yoshiki. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yoshiki is fun. I like Yoshiki, though I don't know what they did with him in NXT. I haven't seen him in a hot minute. Look at this. It's Wayne again. This time he doesn't dribble it to right to a defender. Holy hell! Foster just got steamrolled. It's like Czech Republic is playing freaking rugby with South Africa. That was actually I respect the hustle from that particular defender, Mokeno. I respect the hell out of that man's hustle right there. There's a Paulus who he got a corner for his team. I mean, not a corner. He got a throw-in for his team. I mean, that's something. Yeah, at this point for South Africa, it's just anything positive needs to be celebrated. I mean, Schultz. Wow. I'm almost at a loss for words right now. Because it really feels like this is a one-sided game. It's like heartbreaking. Well, here goes Kofal. Kofal now to Provod. Sorry, not Vard. Provod. To Kofal. The cross comes in. Number 10. Great save from the goalkeeper. Another cross here, and that one is nowhere. I would love to just see the time of possession. That's what I'd like to see from as a stat right now, because that's going to be the indicator of what I think we've all been saying, which is South Africa right now just existing in this game, and That's the nice way to put it. Wait a minute. Zwane! God, it's so far off. It comes to a point where I'm like, at some point, maybe Zwane needs to go. I have not been really impressed with what Zwane's brought to the table for South Africa today, like, at all. It has been a mess. Sorry, I had to get a quick water break. Your boy is struggling. Settle again. The only this is reminding me of the Japan and Morocco game, where the only reason that South Africa is still in this game is because their goalkeeper is blocking every damn thing. Another corner here for Czech Republic. Okan coming in for sixth hole. Another save for the goalkeeper, Williams. Williams right now, if South Africa can come out and tie this game up, or even win the game, which might be a lot to mention. But if, by the grace of heaven, wait a minute, Zwane is wide open to Paul's goal! The goal for South Africa. We are tied 1 apiece. It bounces off the goalkeeper and bounces into the net. A massive goal in the 78th minute of the match. Holy moly. Umanga versus Eric for the type that right there would feed generations. The glorious championship. Goodness me. Uh-oh. Cross comes in. Oh, never mind. At this point, if you're the Czech Republic, you're wondering what just happened. It was complete domination, and by a miracle, the Republic of South Africa just managed to get a draw, but Schick just came right in. Oh, no, and another save from the goalkeeper. Williams is literally an all-star. What happened? Oh, they got a free kick, and Kabini coming in for Apollos. That was actually a good block, but didn't really amount to much. And can the Republic of South Africa hold on? That's the real question. They have possession. Can they push it up? Do they have the tempo? Do they have the team? Do they have the players? Do they have the heart? I'm being Yamanga, so... Oh, this is even better. Yamanga's got to win. I'm liking this stream talking soccer and wrestling. I mean, I'm always open to... I think that this stream is this stream and my UFC streams are a little bit more laxed, as I don't have to do as much commentating. There's only so much going on with guys passing a ball around until they score. So it helps, you know. Well, what is Kabani doing? He gets to Okan. Kabani's back with possession, but there's no one. Like, no one's there. What's going on with him? Wow, he just steamrolled him. That's, yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know where half of their team was. Literally, no one was around. Wow, they're going to potentially regret that. Here goes Zwane. Zwane's pushing it up the field on the opposing third, getting it to Foster. Foster gets sandwiched. They lose possession. Oh, no. Czech Republic now with possession as time is running out. It's added time, which means you can only go forward. Oh, as that clock will stop. The shot gets stopped, and what means in a shocking turn of events, we have a 1-1 draw again. The Republic of South Africa hangs on and survives the Czech Republic, which means everyone in this group will end up with 1 point. Which in many ways is very shocking. But folks, that means we're going on to Group F, which is Jordan and Curacao. That's going to kick it off for Group F. That's the final group we're going to be doing today, so we got 2 more games to do. I know that you guys like, BV, you've been doing this for 3 hours. How are you? How is your voice not dead? That's a great question. I have no idea. But it's honestly, I'm so excited just to even have the the World Cup back on my channel again. Jordan Curacao is an S. Is an S. Is a C. Goodness gracious, where's my spelling? Where's Curacao? Ah, there they are. That would be very confusing to look at. That's a lot better. I had to sit there and be like, am I going to be able to even tell the difference of that? Because if I can't tell the difference, that's going to make it even more miserable for everybody else. We're going back to the Stamford Bridge, everybody. To kick off Group F, Jordan and Curacao. We will end it off with the United States and Wales, the runners-up of the World Cup last time we had it in 2021. That'll be the last game we do. This is the second to last game. I think Yamanga will roll SmackDown with this title if he wins. I think Yamanga will go on an undefeated streak of 3 years. Wow. In the first 2 minutes, we're at one shot on goal. Mind you, Jordan folks in the red, Curacao in the blue. We may have a goal coming up soon. I blinked for a moment and boom, just offense. Uh-oh. Wow. I think that ball hit him dead in the face. Wait a minute. They're calling... Was there a handball? Uh-oh. Oh! Wait, where did it hit him? I don't think that hit him in the... Maybe it hit him in the shoulder. Or did he use like the forearm in the hand? Either way, this is a handball, which means a penalty opportunity for Curacao, and the goalkeeper for Jordan, stopping it from happening, which means we are still tied at 0-0, which is not what Curacao wanted. Absolutely not what they wanted. Sorry, folks, I'm also doing the entire last group because I got kind of like sucked up into what was going on. 0 wins, 1 draw. Oof. Sorry, y'all. I was like, they got sidetracked almost. Yamanga won, yeah, because it's Yamanga. Yamanga has to win. Because Yamanga is just the GOAT. You know, that's just how it has to be for Yamanga. I love that name, if you can't tell. It's the generational run of like a lifetime for him. Still cannot believe that entire group drew with each other in the most like unlikeliest of ways. I mean, here goes Manuel to in Hellas, but oh no. Oh, they're calling that back an offside infraction, which means that goal is going to be null and void. We're still tied at 0-0. And I think we're getting another infraction, which means a goal kick now for Curacao. Okay. Ideas on who I should download? The Big Show. How about Ryback? I think that'll be a trigger for everybody, Ryback. I don't think anyone actually has liked Ryback, like, ever. Well, to go over all of the groups, which we're about to do in just a moment, and we'll start to see what's going to happen here with this possession, why didn't they just give it to the guy right there? He was coming down the pitch, like that, down the middle of the pitch. That would have been easier. But who am I to judge what Curacao does? Got them both. Any old people? Jesse and Festus. The OGs of SmackDown. Biscuits and gravy. Well, what a wild pairing that was. Wow, he just crushed number 10. Goodness Lord. Here goes Van Roo. Jordan finally again with possession. It's actually been pretty even to this point. Here goes Saka to Al Sharamis. To Al Rawabi. And a good save by Rafella. And that is not... No, that's going right back to Jordan. Jordan again back on the offensive. How do you spell the one with F? Festus, F-E-S-T. I believe that's how you say it. Let me put that out there. I believe. Wait a minute. Inhelius. Sorry. I was just checking my email real quick. There's Albertus now to Martis. Curacao trying to do something, but Jordan has actually done a really great job so far this first half. If we're not looking at the, the one goal that went to an offside infraction, but yeah. Great defense there from Curacao. Great interception. I mean, again, I've got to respect the back and forth. So far, every game we've had has at least had one goal in it. Oh my God, yeah, the guy with the... Oh! Number 10 was close, but not close enough. Great idea. Bad execution. Yeah, listen, biscuits and gravy, man. That's what I tell everyone. If you don't remember Festus, you weren't living good life. What a wild time it was to be a fan of SmackDown. That was... Goodness. I can't say that guy's name for the life of me. Number 10. Actually, no. Well, what are these names? Can there be at least a little bit enunciated, please? Enunciable. That's even a word. I will say, I feel like Jordan has had the majority of possession. Heidenreich, there you go. Heidenreich was quite the something. And Matt Morgan when he was in WWB, but couldn't spell. Or couldn't speak. However, going into the second half of this game, tied 0-0 for Jordan, I think the plan doesn't really change that much. The plan for me would be to just stay on the offensive, keep the time of possession up, and keep targeting the goalkeeper. Eventually, he's going to break. As for Curacao, they've got to tighten up offensively. Offensively, they've butchered the penalty kick opportunity. They had the offside goal that if they just stayed where the guy stayed where he was, it would have been a goal regardless, but he had to move forward. They've just blown opportunities. They have to capitalize on something because right now their offense is lacking. Anyone from the 90s or 60s? Sergeant Slaughter and General Adnan. There you go. Those are some two good ones for you. The Iron Sheik. Sabu. Mike Awesome. Oh, good. Again, easy save there. Mikey Whipwreck. Well, Jesse wasn't that popular, so I'm not surprised. But try it without the I and just put like an E. I believe he had a very weird name to it. Oh, Trevor Murdoch and Lance Cade. Crime Time. Shad and JTG. Iron Sheik already in the game. What do you mean he's already in the... What? I can't say these names for the life of me. Holy moly. Maruf I can kind of get right. But holy, like, I am struggling with Jordan's, the player, their names. Oh, again, this is possession domination, and that is what Jordan has actually done really well. This may be the first game we have that doesn't actually have a goal with the way it's going. Which is crazy. I think all the games we've had to get up to this point. Love Crime Time. Crime Time was great. Again, great defense there from Curacao. Getting the ball right to, one hell of a volley, all the way to freaking Max. Max now, what's he thinking? And it doesn't matter what he's thinking. Here goes Jordan again on the offensive. Al-Wazami. Tayyibin. Duodar to, oh, well, never mind. That got stopped. And Max getting a throw in. I'm not sure what Max is doing. I'm not a big fan of Max. Meanwhile, Jordan making a substitution. Benora's coming for Rabahi, I'm sorry. I am so sorry with these names. I can't enunciate them if my life depended on it. Here goes Nihelis, and now it's Van Rooy. It's Emmanuel. What was that? I have no idea what that was. That was an awful attempt. Go back with oh, Curacao, hold on. They need to push it up. This is what I'm talking about. They just offensively are so lackluster. It's start and stop. And Hillis, the shots, great save from Al Serhan. Now Jordan subbing in Barakami. And meanwhile, Maruf is getting subbed out. Corner here for Curacao. And it'll be another corner. You live tomorrow? I may be live tomorrow. I'm not too sure. What I'll be doing, I have no idea. If I am live, it may be UFC. Or it may be more of this. I'm not too sure just yet. There's Van Roy and Hellis. Oh, here goes Max. Max now. What is he thinking? And Hellis, goal! In an ugly fashion. Curacao finally gets on the board, 1-0 in the 76th minute. And Hellis with a huge goal, a much-needed goal for Curacao, finally points up on the board. It is 1-0. How will Jordan respond? Gorilla Monsoon, he isn't a wrestler, but shall I down him? I think he did wrestle, though. I'm pretty sure he was a wrestler at one point, or like a manager. I would say down, why not? A massive goal scored for Curacao. Can they hold on to the lead? And how is Jordan going to respond? They got 12 minutes plus added time left. They've constantly been targeting the goalkeeper, but yet no real success. This is not looking good for, wait a minute, Saka, goal! An immediate response from Jordan. We are now tied 1 apiece. 2 goals in under 4 minutes, just like that. A massive goal has been scored. We're now tied, folks, 1-1 in the 80th minute of the game. Both teams have broke the stalemate for 5 seconds, literally, and now we're back to it. Oh, Ahmed Johnson, yeah, I remember Ahmed. Pearl River Plunge. Here we go. Look at this. Jordan now on the offensive again. They've got to do something. Good save. Al Sharaf coming in for Al Makadam. Did I say that? I think he was. If not, I think it was Ron Simmons, actually. Again, with time ticking away. Both of these teams, they want to try to not just settle for a draw. A great stop. Here we go. Here goes Curacao. I thought he was actually going to walk it out of bounds the way he was going. Why would he go there when he had so many options? That's what I'm talking, like the offensive acumen, the decision making is not great on Curacao. Oh, why would he? He could have moved it up. What are they doing? You should add Ahmed Johnson to your universe. I would. I might. I don't know. 2 minutes of added time. A corner for Curacao as time is ticking away. If they want to try to come out with a victory, they've got to try to score. The cross comes in, and that was nowhere to be found. Goodness God. That was awful. And it looks to me they're calling it here. A draw between Curacao and Jordan have taken place at 1 apiece. And folks, we got one more game left. Rick Martel. I remember Rick Martel. It's the final game of Group F for Match Day 1. It's the final game of the stream because we've been doing this for almost 4 hours now, which is quite crazy to think about. At some point, my voice has got to go. It probably will. What was this, 12? I think we've watched, what, 12 games, I think? Yeah, 6 times 2, yeah. What was it again? USA and Wales. Oh, United States gets to actually be on this side. Interesting. I'm wondering how this is going to go. Much better. I was looking at that and I was like, how can I differentiate between these two teams? Because what is this? We'll go to the Coventry building, yeah, because that's Coventry City, so. Let's go. As it, you're cheering for Wales, and I'm going to spectate and be incredibly impartial, as I always am. I think the best stage that in our World Cup history that the United States has made it is the quarterfinals. As for Wales, last time in 2021 when we had our last World Cup, they were the second place team in the World Cup. Now, we actually don't give awards for second and third place, but they were the runners-up last year. So it's interesting to see what Wales looks like now, 5 years later. Can they reach the pinnacle again as they did before? Was the Cinderella story? Can magic happen twice? That's the real question. I think for many people in Group F, Wales is definitely the favorite to go on to the knockout stage. Buddy Rogers, I do remember him. Oh, you can also download the Midnight Express. That is also an option. But yeah, folks, this is our final game of game 12 of 12. Match day 1 so far has lived up, I feel, to the expectations. Cross coming in, the shot, it's a goal for Wales. Wales scores in the first 10 minutes of the game. A beautiful cross and an even beautiful shot, more putting Wales up on the board bright and early. So the Midnight Express are, if you remember the Rock and Roll Express, they were even better than that. I think anyone who, I don't remember their names of the individual wrestlers, but as a tag team, one of the best tag team during that NWA territory era. Yeah. But folks, Wales has a 1-0 lead over the U.S. The World Cup finalists from 2021 making it known that they've gotten even better. Wait, here goes Johnson, maybe 2 goals! Oh, so close. I'm going to look away for just a couple seconds because I've got to update the Group F table. Look at this. Oh, not again. Again? No. Goal kick. I feel like we've had a lot of draws today. I will say that much. Like I'm looking at, I'm like, man, there's been a lot of ties, but some crazy ties though, which is even more interesting. So, folks, I think it's a good time to, well, once this corner kick is up, to kind of go through the standings right now for groups A through F as they currently sit, given that we've had a lot of games. A lot of wild things right now, too, which we'll get to all that. Look at that. Okay, James now to Wilson. But also, folks, mind you, going into these are just for the match day ones. Wait a minute, more thinking. No. Good save. So in Group A, as it sits, Iraq is in first place at 3 points. Sweden and Mexico are tied for second and third at 1, and Ghana sits with 0 points. Whoa, what a goal! What a goal! We are tied 1 apiece as the USA gets on the board in the 25th minute of the game. Well, just like that, we've got a tie game. I love Afa and Sega since the 60s, and I'm not from the 60s, though. I mean, they're all right. I respect it, though. I think they were definitely trailblazers in their time, for sure. So, folks, that is Group A. Iraq, 3 points first. Ghana, last place. Mexico, Sweden tied for second and third at 1. In Group B, as it sits currently, Tunisia, however you say it, is in first place with 3 points. Meanwhile, Uruguay and Switzerland are tied in second and third with 1 point, and Northern Ireland is at fourth place with 0 points. In Group C, right now, Colombia is in first place due to goal differential of a positive net 2. They have 3 points. In second place, Qatar with a positive goal differential of 1. They have 3 points as well. In third place is Finland, who has no points, -1 goal differential. Austria, -2 goal differential. Fourth place, no points. In Group D, hold on, Wilson, good save. In Group D, Haiti is in first place, actually, with a +3 goal differential and a win, so 3 points. Portugal in second place with a +1 goal differential, 3 points. Meanwhile, Canada, third place, -1 goal differential, no points. And Romania, -3 goal differential, fourth place with no points. In Group E, everyone is tied for first and fourth place because Morocco, Czech Republic, and South Africa all tied. So they all have 1 point. Wait a minute, Balogun! It's a goal! The United States take the lead in the 35th minute of the game. 2 shots, 2 goals. It's a brace for Balogun. How will Wales respond? It's 2-1, folks. America in the lead. Added prime time to my universe, as you should. Former ECW World Champs in my GM mode of SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. I had JTG win it and then lose it to William Regal at WrestleMania. And I had Shad win it, and I don't remember who he lost it to. Balogun, no, gets stopped. And folks, as we know right now, tied for first and second place, so this game hasn't officially concluded. Jordan and Curacao are tied with a draw, 1 point for each of them. Here goes Johnson, and it gets stopped by Freeze. Wow, I think that the goalkeeper for America gave it right back to him. Sorry, I think I sounded like a burp. My apologies. took a quick moment. I took a quick moment to hydrate. Because who would have thought talking for over 3.5 hours is hard? Yamanga has held the title for 13 days. That's awesome. Just never loses the title. William Regal becomes his manager. Here goes McKinney. McKinney, no, gets actually intercepted by, I think it was number 10. And folks, that is the end of the first half. And what a fiery first half we had to kick it off. Now, as we know, America leads 2-1. Balogun with the brace. How does America respond? Keep up the offensive aggression. Keep up the fast-paced tempo. Wales is struggling to handle that. Meanwhile, for Wales, the strategy should be slowing the game down. Slow it down. Play pace, and be more defensively aggressive. But here goes. Wait. Oh, never mind. Wait a minute, James. No. Tillman to where? Wow, that he missed that tackle completely. Now it's back to Tillman. Now Balogun, the man with a brace already. Now it's a Christian Pulisic, the man they call the Wonder Boy. Tillman's wide open. Great shot. It's blocked by the goalkeeper. Great save. In a corner here for America. Good idea. I'll add William Regal to SmackDown. See? Yamanga will be in full effect. Then if you add MVP to the mix, you have, what is it, the MVP-topia. But instead, MVP is like not a dictator. It's Yamaga running the show. From the, I don't remember which SVR mode that was. Here goes Wilson for Wales. Uh-oh. Oh, my God. Wow, he just took him out. Well, what has Williams got planned in his throwing? He throws it into Johnson, but that got intercepted immediately right to, well, literally at his footstep away. We got a throw in here for America. Well, Yamanga has got a match KO. Kevin Owens? Well, yeah, Kevin Owens will be defeated. It's no worries. Yamanga will be undefeated. Uh-oh. Lawler and Padu. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. But wow. America is actually, like, doing really good defensively, and I can't believe I'm actually saying that sentence. Here goes Weston McKinney. Cross comes in, and there's no way. I mean, it's still going to be Wales' ball, but yeah, that yellow card absolutely need to come in for that sliding tackle earlier. Here goes Tillman to Balogun. The hat trick is in. Balogun, 3 straight goals for America. The hat trick for him today. That means America is up 3-1 against Wales. Well, you know what they say. It doesn't get much better than that. Hey, folks, I am currently checking on Iraq versus Norway. It's currently happening right now. 28 minutes have passed. No goals. I always keep forgetting J2G's name, so thank you for reminding me. No problem, anytime. Goes Tillman now getting it to Way. Wow, he punt. There's no way Christian Pulisic is going to, yeah. That was an NFL level punt more than that was a kick. Ream coming out for Roldan. Here goes Way. Again, America back on the offensive, and then finally that interception from Wales. Now it's Richard. Sorry, it's Wilson. Bad. It's weird to see so many names I could actually enunciate. There goes Wonder Boy Christian Pulisic pushing up the field, but he's going to get cornered, but instead getting it to Balogun, who gets that kind of stuff. There's some great defense, and that's going to allow Wales to regain possession. Here goes Wilson. Wilson's got some options. Johnson running down the field, trying to get it to Moore. Moore thinking to back to Johnson. The shot, great save from the goalkeeper. By the way, Norway has just scored a goal in the 29th minute in real life. They're 1-0 against Iraq. Cross comes in. Oh, that could have been dangerous. Wales requesting substitutions. Here goes Tillman. Tillman with an excellent pass to Robinson. Johnson to Adams. Adams gets stripped with ease. Here goes Johnson. Oh, there's no one's going to be able to stop. Oh, the shot, and it's a goal! Wales trying to chip away at the deficit. Wales puts up a massive goal in the 77th minute of the game. Check it out, folks. Beating his defender, and at that point there was no one to stop him. And excellently done on the left mid-corner. Johnson with a massive goal. It is 3-2. Can Wales tie this thing up, or can America hang on for 3 points? Yamanga won. Of course Yamanga won. I expected the reign of Umaga to be elite. I'm not really sure what Tillman was thinking there. Again, can Wales find it in them to tie this thing up and come back from a 2-goal deficit? That was a great defense by Robinson, though. That was the dumbest thing I've seen in a while. Well, that was smart. That wasn't. I gave a compliment too soon, everybody. Here goes Tillman trying to get some order. Goes back to Tillman. Tillman, though, is all alone. Where in the world was that? Well, I'm not too sure what the idea was there. Christian Pulisic is getting subbed out for Scally. It may have not been the best time to sub out Christian Pulisic. Wales was on the attack. That's what they need. Can they? Oh. It's going to be a throw in here for Wales. As we're about to go into added time. We've got 2 minutes of added time. Can Wales find it in them to score the equalizer? Time is ticking. Oh, no, he caught it. Freeze had caught it, and he is chucking that one out of here. And America is going to skate by with a 3-2 victory over Wales, which means I want women to win a title soon, as you should. Folks, what that means is America leads Group F with 3 points. Wales is in 4th place and tied for 2nd and 3rd is Jordan and Curacao with 1 point each. With that being said, everyone, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow with some more soccer. Peace out, everybody. And as always, stay off the hook. Adios. Savage, Savage eyeing up the goal. It's good save. Good goal. Sorry. Good. Oh, going for the header, but it's no. That was horrendously done. As
I think I like when it rains. I think
Savage eyeing up the goal. It's good save. Good goal. Sorry. Good. Oh, wait a minute.